just yet. Oh my god, he is actually going to get caught by another concussive shells though, so he is going to be losing one of these adepts. He doesn't quite get the Marine either. And now this other adept might be in some trouble too. No way, he shades away and is able to stay alive. That's incredibly impressive considering the scenario. Extra gates are going to finish now. He's starting to head towards the main base. I mean, honestly, there isn't much of a counter here just yet for Bjorn. There's a few Marines continue to come on out. As you can see, that warp isn't going into the main and going to get ready to warp in a few of these initial adepts. Glaves has just finished. Let's see what they can get up to as these first 4 adepts move forwards. Across the map, a couple of probes and the adept having to fight against this Marauder, which continue to come in towards the mineral line. Now we do see these first Marines starting to come up, but again, I mean, they go down pretty quick with the Glaves available here. Going to probably cancel that shade. No, he jumps on top of the Marines. I think a mistake by Hero. And he loses one of those adepts there in the end. So he's going to have to get ready to warp in another set of adepts. And then what does he do? Does he elevate them up? What is the play here from Hero to keep this pressure going? And we've seen these adepts just starting to drop up the top side and just going to be seeing what else he can do. Those 2 adepts continue to fight away. SCVs and Marines pulling in and just going to be seeing... I mean, so much damage being dealt here. A lot of adepts going down. Robo being used to Chrono Boost out in Immortal at the moment. Feels as though Bjorn's just picked away so much already that he's just having a pretty good time here. Adepts will try and shade up into the main. Depots will block. I'll see the Prism instead may just try and elevate it up onto this side once more. This time, well, Bjorn is still going to keep track of it, still sees it once again. He starts to fight on in. He's got Stim now, and he targets down the Warp Prism, which means these Adepts are stuck. But now he's getting 2-shot by those Adepts because he's got a Stim on him. But he will just put in the SCVs, knowing that if he can just clean up these Adepts, there's no further pressure for just a little while until a new Warp Prism is out. But he's actually going to end up losing the majority of his Marines. As we're going to be seeing the... Yeah, we've seen this last adept is still picking up some SCVs towards the end. 5. Oh my god, nearly got 6 workers at the very end there. That was kind of crazy as we see this adept and the immortal coming on over towards the left-hand side, setting up to maybe push on through or so. A few more adepts just going to be arriving here and getting ready to drop on it in towards the main base in the next couple of moments as well. Alright, here we go again. Adepts is dropping down and the Immortal on the low ground helping out too. I mean, Bjorn just doesn't have much of a defense in the main base. He doesn't have a bunker or anything up here, right? So as he loses this depot as well, no cancel. And we've seen SCVs pull in. Here comes the Stim from the bio. SCVs are continuing to go down. I mean, another Adept going to warp in. This time Bjorn doesn't target down the Warp Prism, but maybe he's able to just get through enough of this army. He's losing workers, but of course he's up at base, so he can afford to some extent. As now as the Immortal gets targeted, Bjorn puts himself in a great position for those Marines to maybe target the Warp Prism if it comes to try and save the units. And so he is going to be able to continue his way through this, and this Immortal will die off. No, is it going to be saved? No way. It gets out of there, and will Micro to pick up another couple of kills. So a little bit more damage being done here. 4 more Adepts being warped in by Hero. As you see Bjorn with the +1 attack upgrade on the Engineering Bay on its way up as well. As you're going to be seeing this Immortal jumping up into the high ground, and just going to be seeing still Bjorn moving back over to the left-hand side. Some SCVs getting ready to go once more, and again, still Marines just stimming forwards after those Adepts, and it's going to be still good micro from Hero to keep him in this, but is it enough over time? Bjorn is still mining more despite all the SCV losses. Bjorn still has a +1 about to finish as well, as we do see the Warp Prism still just doing this similar kind of elevator play once again here. This time he comes in to fight once more. He has the SCVs already pulled to fight this. The Warp Prism gets pushed back. The Marines trying to target, but as they chase, the Adepts get some kills, and maybe now that's the momentum Hero needs to keep pushing through this now. More Adepts warping in. Marines and Marauders will stim in again. Even more SCVs are being pulled forwards. The Immortal targets down the Marauders, but then gets targeted down itself, so it does fall here. The Adepts now using their blink ability via the Warp Prism, essentially, and using that to kind of pull backwards all the time. Loses the Prism, though. Oh, man, this was close until the very end. And Hero types out GG because he loses the Prism, even though Bjorn only has 6 workers left. Bjorn will just about claim game number 2 here after a hectic, micro-heavy engagement, as we're going to be going into a quick 2-minute break. When we come back, our final game going to be coming up.
the light that keeps you warm in an unfamiliar place. I will be the guiding face you know, waiting to take you home. Oh. Through the fire we will go, underneath the sparks we glow. Take a chance, we don't have long. We'll be burning on and on. We'll be burning on and on, through every path to the unknown. I'll be the light that leads you home. When the world is tumbling down, I will be the ground that breaks your fall. I'll save you from it all. No. Through the fire we will go, underneath the sparks we glow. Take a chance, we don't have long. We'll be burning on and on.
Welcome back, everybody. How are we doing? It's time for our next game, our final map of Beyond Hero. Again, we play all of the maps in the series no matter what the score is, so despite the 2-0 scoreline, this final map is still played. Bottom right hand side, our blue Terran player is Beyond. As we get set up to the top left hand side, the red Protoss player is Hero. And set up and ready to go. Alright, so setting up into this, looking to see what is going to happen here in the next few moments. Game number 3, and Hero so far has obviously been playing aggressive time and time again. As we go into Treachery now, he's actually going to pull the 2 probes. Oh my god, he pulls the 2 probes, but he actually kills 2 workers? Wow. I mean... it's actually working, in fairness. He's killed 2 workers so far, and he's continuing to attack. So Hero, the double probe harass, is actually somewhat working out for him so far. As we do see this probe continue to back away, and, well, another probe coming across just like last time. Only 1 gas this time around. He is actually looking towards an expansion, so Hero will expand early in this time around. Going to be throwing down that Nexus here, so Nexus gets placed, Command Center dropping on the natural as well. As that probe does come in and starts to nibble away at that SCV even further. So SCV taking quite a lot of damage, and, well, Hero does just recall the 1 probe. The second probe is out over to the side. He lost 1, I believe. So killed 2 SCVs, still has a probe out here, and obviously Bjorn is aware of the fact that Hero's been bringing another probe across the map, and that's why his Reaper is out hunting for a worker. As we see a second Rax coming down, Bjorn going to go for some variation of a 2-1-1 opening. So Reaper just coming across towards the upper left here. Look to see what's going to be going on. SCV, and the Reaper comes in, and we do see the probe obviously trying to nibble away at that SCV, but it is going to get chased away, and it will go down. Hero just confirming some bits and pieces here as the Adept, though, does get a chance to come across the map now. And will actually somewhat avoid that Reaper, so actually may be able to still delay this command center for a moment or two. As again, Nexus about to finish up, and we are going to be seeing just more depths being produced at the moment. There's that delay on the CC. He will be blocked by this depot raising on this ramp. And as you see 2 Marines popping out and a couple of SCVs looking to see what they can get up to as well, as this Reaper will throw down a grenade, and oh my god, what a grenade to blast that Adept back. Doesn't quite get the kill. Reaper can't stick around because it will go down itself, as we are going to be seeing the 2 Adepts going to continue to see what's going on. So 2 Adepts now going to continue the pressure here, but Bjorn is being able to stabilize somewhat, and he is going to be able to get his command center up, as, oh my god, Hero actually loses 1 and 2 of the Adepts. So both Adepts go down, unfortunately. And we've seen 3 extra gateways coming up with a robot facility. I mean, this already looks like a very aggressive follow-up at Warp Prism straight away. Yes, it is. So Hero going to get across the map here and see what else he can do. Just going to look to try and pick up a victory nice and quickly at the moment as that Warp Prism being Chrono boosted. And this Ripper going to pop in towards the natural expansion, pick its way through the probes. Just do quite a lot of damage. So a little bit of damage being dealt, and just going to be seeing the Reaper still going to be taking some hits and bits and pieces, and well, triple racks in the end from Bjorn. He's just making lots of units, which generally will work out quite nicely against an aggressive attack. And I guess at the same time, you could always look at it the other way though. I mean, something like a factory opening could allow him to get a more defensive unit like a siege tank or a cyclone out more easily. As we are going to be seeing the Warp Prism just warping in some sentries, so straight up aggression right now from Hero as he gets ready to try and pick up a map win against Bjorn, as he's been able to do against Mana and Bly so far today. Let's see what he can come up with. More Marines off Bjorn just sitting out in the center, and they are already looking for this fight as Stim isn't ready just yet. Oh my god, no way does he find the Prism. He does get the Warp in, and he's just going to continue taking the fight, of course, because he's already kind of in this point. And he forces a lot of force fields out, but he is going to lose a lot of Marines for the Warp Prism and 2 sentries. I mean, the Warp Prism slows the attack down, but enough to justify losing that many Marines? I mean, if you look at this, 13 Marines for the Prism and a couple of sentries that Adepts were picked off earlier on. And that's difficult to judge, but I guess he's got a bunker up. We've got Marines and Marauders continue to come on out, and this is looking pretty good here at the moment for Bjorn, as we're going to be seeing more Stalkers and Sentries gathering together here from Hero. Another pylon coming up at the front, and a couple of shield batteries coming up right away as well. Stalkers moving forwards, and we are going to see those Marines from Bjorn able to do a little bit more damage. You're going to see a couple of these force fields continue to drop on down. The SCV is actually going to help to get rid of this pylon. Bjorn's chasing very far forwards here, as we're going to be seeing a sentry going down, a probe to the left side as well. Just gets that pylon down, but he's going to kill the pylon again, which means that the shield batteries will not actually be powered. Oh no, wait. Oh, the Warp Prism powers the shield batteries. Well, I guess that works, as we are going to be seeing a few more Marauders stimming. Again, SCV's trying to repair up this bunker. More SCVs pulling off the line to repair it here. More Marines and Marauders from the main base. Sentries going down. The problem is, as these sentries fall, suddenly it's only Stalkers, and against Marauders, that doesn't fare too well. 18 workers killed here, but as Bjorn, though, has +1 attack, and he's going to be able to kill these units as the Warp Prism will try and warp in again. I mean, he can just target down these units as they come out. 2 of them are killed already. Another couple of Zealots going down. And we're just going to be seeing the last couple of Zealots also going to be picked off here, perhaps, eventually. Oh my god, this Zealot is lasting forever. Tank test or what? Finally goes down. GG, and Bjorn will pick up the 3-0 in this series. And Hero will end the group 0-3 just like that. Doesn't have the best of days here. And that will be his matches wrapped up today. Guys, we're going to be jumping into some more StarCraft. Our next series coming up is going to be Bjorn versus Bly. So we're going to be jumping into NA server for Bjorn versus Bly, then Bjorn versus Mana, and we are going to wrap up the day with Mana versus Bly as well. So we're setting up into all of that. We're going to be off and away with more of that action in just a few moments' time, guys. Very loud cinematic there playing in the background. We're going to be back in just a few moments. If you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to hit that follow button. Don't forget you can support the channel as well by subscribing. Goes a long way to allowing me to stay as a full-time StarCraft 2 content producer, event organizer, and caster. And of course, if you're enjoying the content as well and you have Twitch Prime, you can subscribe for free. If you haven't used a Twitch Prime sub already, it goes a long way. It helps just as much as any other sub. And helps us to become, again, just continue to produce you guys daily, regular StarCraft 2 content. We couldn't do it without you guys. So do check out those options to support as well. Give me back in just a couple of moments. Game 2 of this, Game 1 of our 4th series of the day in just a few moments' time.
Find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking faster than we talk slow. Come over and start a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop a Venom Man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with your body. 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 I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet too. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room. And now I'm bed sheets smell like you. Everything discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body. 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 The club isn't the best place to find a lover, so the bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots, drinking faster than we talk slow. Come over and start a conversation with just me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop, Havana Man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance. And I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with your body. 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 I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet too. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. And last night you were in my room. Now I'm bed sheets smell like you. Everything discovering something brand new. I'm in love with your body.
What's up, guys? How we doing? Welcome back. Thank you so much to Protoss Tituret. Protoss Tit. Your name goes funny at the end, dude. I have nothing. What's up? Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Do appreciate it. Give us everybody hearts in the chat for a new sub in the channel. If you guys do want the replays from this event, by the way, they are going to be going out to subs in just a few days. So if you want to get your hands on all of these replays plus more that we've casted in February, God, my nose is itchy. You can subscribe to the channel today, and we'll be getting those replays out to you as soon as possible. So if our players are ready, we're going to go into Blythe versus Bjorn here for our next series, getting this set up and ready to go. And again, thank you, Protoss Tituret, for the support on the Twitch Prime sub. Again, means a lot. We're currently having this battle We're currently having this battle to stay above 300 subscribers. So, alright, so, yeah, we're having this battle to stay above 300 subscribers. 300 subs is what we kind of need to stay at to keep producing StarCraft content. We're at 306 right now. We've dropped about 250 subs in the last week or two. It's been pretty brutal, that post-Christmas drop-off. It's been pretty brutal, but we're staying above just about. I'm going to continue to fight the good fight. So thank you again. Protostiturator. I think I got it better that time. Getting better every time. For that sub. Anyways, we're going into Cyprus Relay Station to continue our series here today. So we're going to get that set up and ready to go. This is one of the maps that comes in from the Rush category. And this is by Octomologist. This map's been pretty interesting to see games on. The interesting kind of difference in bases as well. So intrigued to see where this goes, how this goes. Let's see what's going to happen. We start to the bottom right hand side of the map with our blue Zerg player from Team Expert. Let's hear it. If we are cheering on Bly, as he is going up against the red Terran player to the top left-hand side of the map, it is Bjorn. So, some TVZ action right now. Sorry for a little bit of a longer break as well, just realized we were in break for quite a while. It's just obviously swapping players, swapping service, still getting the videos set up and stuff like that. I'm not quite on top of everything today, I'm not going to lie. I've got myself a little bit distracted here and there, and that's just slowing me down being on top of things. I was really on top of it yesterday, like, I was out of breaks the second the countdown was done and all sorts, but yeah. Alright, well, we start up with a fairly early pool here from Bly. We'll see what he wants to do with this here on Cyprus Relay Station. I feel like the interesting part about this map is that while it's a rush map, it's not super rush heavy. Natural to natural, but the third base has kind of become a bit more rush friendly, and the difference in base is kind of cool as well. This third base is interesting because you got this pathway in or this pathway in, but in general it's fairly kind of closed off. You can also see some players expanding down here, and this is the map with my favorite rock, which I was kind of just questioning a little bit yesterday whether it does what it needs to. Anyways, we do see the rock there, to take away from the complete openness of this base. So it's interesting to see how that plays out. My issue was that if you kind of come in from this fight anyways, from this angle, does the rock really help you at all, or does it actually hinder you in terms of defending? That was what I was kind of looking at, because I was like, well, you know, imagine your army's here as a Protoss player, and this attack comes in from here. Okay, you can sit behind the rock, but your Nexus is still exposed, so it's interesting. It's interesting. Feeling's going to come across the map, 6 of them, and this Reaper is not going to find them right away, so maybe Bjorn in some issues there on his command center in the next couple of moments. That Reaper will have to turn away pretty quickly as those Zerglings are about to arrive. And just before they do arrive, what's up? Fabio Dongles coming in with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. Here's some love in the chat, please, for Fabio Dongles. Appreciate the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you indeed, as we're going to be seeing that SCV does get picked up. And that is going to be the CC taking some damage as the Reaper is on its way back home. And, well, the Marine did come out, but he's having to pull SCVs with it as a follow-up here from Bly is going to be the Roach Roaring. So going to try and Roach roll in his way to victory here in game number 1. SCVs pulling in. And just going to be seeing the Marines taking or dealing with a little bit more damage, finally cleaning this up. But triple workers going down, and that means that, well, Bjorn, having killed off, having lost a couple of workers, is in a little bit of a tough spot. He's also denied the scout information on the Roach Roaring because the Reaper had to pull back home. It's been a nice opening so far from Bly. It's definitely done a fair amount as we continue on along. Again, Fabio Dongles, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub as well. Give me some Woody Hearts up in the chat, please, for another Twitch Prime subscriber. Appreciate the love, mate. Thank you very much, as we do see this Reaper Picks off a Crypt Tumor there, which is nice, but again, is actually low on health and might go down. Just pulls it away in time before that Queen gets close enough. And so that will fall. You can see that Reaper continuing down to the south side, looking to see what else is going on. Overlord coming up to the right. I'm just going to see again the Queen just poked away at the Reaper. Try and do a little bit extra here. A couple of Hellions on the way out. Beyond still setting up into this. A Viking coming through on the starport as well. As we will see this Queen picking off that Reaper at the front. I'm just going to be seeing Roaches of Bly continue to come across towards the upper left-hand side as well. So, going to be looking to get very aggressive here soon, but I think, well, Bjorn has kind of figured out what's going on. He's got 2 Cyclones on the way, immediately starts a Banshee. Obviously, he's going to have to buy a little bit of time. That's going to be difficult without a bunker or something. So let's see what's going to happen here as we do set up into this. Overlord is going to go down. Roaches coming forwards, and we are going to be seeing these Roaches obviously will start to do some damage, but the Cyclones are about to pop out. As those Cyclones pop out, they'll start to work their way through those Roaches and really start to deal some damage. The Roaches alone here are just not going to be able to deal with the Cyclones. They're going to be able to tank too much, and there we go. The Roach is going to get shut down as Bly drones behind this. He's going to have a 10-worker lead to play from. Is that enough of a lead for him? As now there's going to be Cyclones to counterattack with. There's going to be a Banshee. And that's going to be a big deal here as Bly is actually losing Overlords as well. He's going to hit himself into a bit of a supply block now. So he has to be very careful about that. As we are going to be seeing... Well, this army from Beyond is already coming across to get some counter-aggression on the go. Alright, so just going to be seeing these couple Cyclones immediately jumping onto the hatchery. Hellion's actually going to run by into the natural expansion at the same time. It's just going to be looking for a little bit of damage here. As already going to be able to grab 4 workers, now 6 workers. Nice damage done. Also going to be seeing 9 workers picked off here, 11 workers going down. And you're going to be seeing, wow, such a great run by here by Bjorn, who also got the 3rd hatch at the same time. He's got a Viking landed in the main base, which gets a couple of drone kills as well. 15 workers and a hatchery. And so far, he only lost the Viking. What an attack by Bjorn as he pulls back towards the upper left once again. What a way to go about things there, as we're going to be seeing those couple Cyclones and the Hellions pulling on the way towards the upper left-hand side. And we're just going to be seeing 9 more Roaches, Roach speed coming through. Banshee still just sat up in the center to see what will happen next. A couple more barracks coming up, Stimpack as well. Going to be seeing that Marine on the way out, and Roach Speed is going to be finishing in a moment or two. I'm just going to be seeing him for bunker here, just protects him from that counter-attack potential of Bly, which is obviously just such a likely possibility now. As you see more Roaches being made, obviously we can see it's going to happen. It's just a good prediction by Bjorn. After dealing so much damage, it just makes sense to be that little bit safe for the bunker at the front. As we're going to be seeing this Banshee picks away a little bit of a Roach or two. More Roaches going to be arriving in a moment or so, and we're just going to be seeing, well, bunker is here, Cyclones are here. How do you actually break this position? I don't know if you do, as those Roaches are going to pull away over to the left-hand side and look to try and reposition themselves to fight once again here in the next couple of moments in towards this natural expansion. Cyclones are going to start firing away. The tank doing a lot of damage as well. Look at those Roaches, heavily damaged here so far, as we're going to be seeing more of them continue to drop on down. Some of the Cyclones going to pull away a little bit as well. Nice micro, and it is just going to be a GG. Bly did a fair amount with his initial attack, but he was not able to defend the follow-up counter, and that is what led him to really just not having much of an opportunity at all here to be able to survive in game number 1. Had to be all in basically at that stage, and well, that is that, as we're going to be going into game number 2 in just a couple moments. Alright, so game 2 coming up here, as we are going to be getting this ready to rumble. Just see what the maps were again. Karasan and Parasite with vetoes. So Travancore, the Diablo-based map by Avex, and Digital Frontier. Let's see how that goes. Alright, so let's load this up and get going in a moment or two. Get into some more of this action here momentarily. Travancore for map number 2 of Bjorn versus Bly as we continue on and along. Alright, so you get my own second account in here as well. Alright. Let's see what's going to happen as our players do ready up, and we're going to start game into Travancore now then, see what is going to happen as we get this set up and ready to roll. Let's see how this goes in the next couple moments. As we jump into game number 2 of this series. A couple of people asking about the prize pool. So every player in this tournament is going to be paid out prize money. $25 if you finish 4th place in your group. If you finish 3rd place in your group, you're guaranteed $50. 2nd place and 1st place obviously advance to the round of 8. Round of 8 pays out $100, and then from there 4th place plays out $300, I believe. 3rd place plays out $500. I believe 2nd place $750 and 1st place $1,000. Plus in the finals, you get $50 per map won, as we have a 15 map finals. Whether so every it's a best of 15, but after the winners decide, we still play the remaining maps to determine all the prize money distribution, so we can get to see more maps basically. So let's see what's going to happen here as we do set up to the top right side of Bly, bottom left hand side of Björn in game number 2 here on Travancore. Intrigued to see what sort of direction we are going in. We've seen the spawn pool first once again though, so Bly is definitely once more looking for some sort of an aggressive opening here, looking to get some kind of damage done in the early few minutes. Let's see exactly what he wants to commit in towards here very shortly, as we are just going to be seeing the Overlord just coming across the map, gas coming in, and there are the first 6 Zerglings to try and again cause some chaos in the very early stages. So 6 Zerglings on the way up. And we do see the Reaper is currently on the way out as well, about halfway done. Command Center dropping down in the natural expansion. And again, those Overlords just continuing to come across the map. Extractor is finished, and obviously from there, Bly can start to mine some gas. We'll see if he is going to come across the map with Roaches once again, or if he has other plans maybe this time around for the second game of this series. So this Overlord continues along at the moment. That is, of course, the Zerglings, which we're really, hopefully, going to be focusing on here. Reaper obviously across the map again will have to pull back. There's a single Marine made, so it's going to be a similar defense to last time. As those Lings arrive on the natural, he actually cancels and starts up a second Marine already. As we are going to be seeing the Marine coming down the low ground, some more SCVs pulling in. I'm just going to be seeing the... a little bit of a fight really starting to break out here. Björn, good control so far to minimize SCVs. Lost this SCV, going to go down now, so that's one SCV. Marine should just about be able to stay alive. If he kites backwards, he's going to lose it, but does clean up now, and he does have the SCVs on the low ground, so he gets back to building the CC pretty quickly as well. Starport on the way up, he does now start the reactor on the barracks, so a little bit delayed in that regard. As the Reaper will go back across the map, but again, this time from Bly, well, he just goes into a very fast lair, so no immediate Roach Roaring. No Roach Roaring coming down right away just yet. Just going to be seeing the lair coming up right away here then from Bly, as we get this set up and going. Björn just going to be starting to fight against this Queen. Let's look to see what's going on. Yeah, this map is Diablo inspired, guys. There is treasure goblins on it if you can find them. Where have they gone? This is the map with treasure goblins. I know it is because of the... It's also the map with people in the webs, which is currently covered by creep. There. Now, this map has treasure goblins on it somewhere, but they seem to have disappeared already, so I'm not sure where they are. They're usually in the main base. As we do see the Reaper just moving around towards the front of this creep spread at the moment. Third hatchery coming down, lair about to finish up in the Roach Roll on the way. I mean, generally you'd say this is going to be some sort of a Nidus network attempt, as we can see those drones finishing up. I'm just going to be seeing a Reaper on the way out. Well, Reaper is out just poking his way through that creep tumor, picking up a kill pretty quickly there. Stimpak is on the way, Liberator coming out too, Nidus network dropping in behind this mineral line. It's just going to be seeing the Nidus is going to be the play here then from Björn, so he is going to get all in and aggressive with this. As right now Bly is setting up with the Nidus, meanwhile, Beyond is getting in towards a Liberator. He's getting a factory off a reactor on it, so he's setting up into more barracks. This might not help him too much here, as you're going to see. Just the 3 Hellions, though, they're going to get pushed away already, and Beyond currently is still missing information. This Viking not going to find much either. He actually missed this Overseer on the south side, and with that Overseer coming in towards the main base, it's going to be a little bit of a shame, because now this Nidus can go down for free, even though the Viking probably should have shut it down. And, well, now he sees a couple of roaches, and Beyond will get a bit of an idea. It's going to be this Nidus, of course, which is the main feature, but of course right now he doesn't actually see it because it comes in right in the corner of the base. And Björn is in a little bit of trouble right now because he just has no idea about this attack. Or does he? He actually looks as though he might have just somewhat figured it out, and he is going to be setting up this Liberator from quite a distance. Queen's popping out. SCVs will now start to kind of come on in towards this here. Oh my god, this Liberator will be repaired on up. It's being kept alive for the moment, but maybe not for long enough, as these roaches and lings are here as well, deal a bit more damage. Man, the Liberator lasted a very long time, and it's enough to actually buy time for the bunker to finish. A couple of Marines jumping into that right away, as this Viking still trying to deal some more damage. Marines are still coming out. Björn will lose some workers to this. That's a guarantee, as right now Bly just has so much, and Björn still has to just keep this bunker repairing. Siege tank on its way out, but even when the siege tank pops out, what's it going to do? These extra Marines arrive, they get picked off before they even get into the bunker. The SCVs can't even keep this alive for much longer, I don't think, as Björn, just without the idea of this was coming his way, is just going to be in so much trouble here in the next few moments. I mean, you can just see it happening, right? Some units are just getting straight on towards that siege tank as soon as it pops out. Finally, the SCV count is gone in the main, so the bunker falls. The Marines are just going to go on down, and Bly is going to push his way through to basically just pick up a victory here on Travancore. It's not over yet, but Bjorn is definitely struggling to hold on. I mean, that tank's going to fall. This Liberator is in trouble too, being pushed away by the Queens now as it tries to siege up again, but it's just not going to be enough, and it is a GG. And that is Bly tying up this series 1 game apiece. So we're tied up 1-1 in the series, Bly and Bjorn, and we're going into a third and final game now to see who is going to win this one. Bly, could he go 2-0 in this group? Maybe. Let's find out. What's up, Baratheon505 coming in with the sub? How you doing? Thank you so much for subscribing. Get some warty hearts in the chat, please, for Baratheon. Very, very much for subscribing to the channel. Really do appreciate the support, mate. Thank you very much indeed. As we are going to be going into Digital Frontier as our final map. Just before we do that, we're going to take a quick little break, as we do after 2 games of a series. So I'll see you guys in a moment, straight after this. Thank you again, Baratheon. Let's see those warty hearts in the chat, please, for Baratheon for the sub. Break, break, break. Throw to break. Boom. Welcome back, guys. How we doing? It's time for our next map and our final map of Beyond versus Bly. After this, we do have Beyond versus Mana, followed by Bly versus Mana as well. Still a couple of series to go after this one as we get this set up and ready to go. As we get this going. To the top left-hand side, our Blue Terran player here on Digital Frontier. This is another one of the maps alongside Blue Shift, which I just love the aesthetics of. To the top left, our Blue Terran player is Beyond. Digital Frontier here by -0, the map maker, who was the maker of Catalyst, the runner-up of the last season's map contest tournament. Bottom right-hand side, our Red Zerg is Team Experts Bly. What's up, Terran OP? Nerf in the chat, saying hello, Wardy. How you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream today. Glad to have you with us, and glad to have you all with us. Thank you so much. 2,000 viewers tuning in right now. How are we doing? So glad to have you all with me, and so glad to be able to bring you guys such fun games today. As well, some of them have been aggressive, and this is going to be one of those, as we do see the the 12 pool coming up, and the double gas follow-up, meaning that we're going to see a Rotron already dropping down and getting ready to go. So that's getting set up. That's getting going. As you see, the 3 roaches just on the way up, and obviously with this 12 pool play, Bly is going to be obviously getting across the map and getting a little bit aggressive from the get-go. So looking to get across the map. Obviously Ravagers will morph in with this. That's why you see the double gas, and let's see how Beyond is going to respond. You know what? This is such a sick mind game from Bly as well, because every game so far he's made the 6 Zerglings, and as he makes the 6 Zerglings like every single time, now he doesn't, and Bjorn is here looking for them, whereas if he'd just gone across of the map with the Reaper like he had in the previous games, he would have found the roaches already. So right now, Bjorn is completely blind to this attack. He's got no idea it's coming, and could this lack of scouting be the downfall here of Bjorn as he loses his first Reaper? He has nothing to defend with as these first 2 Ravagers arrive, and that's going to be a shame because already this CC is going to be, well, not cancelled, but delayed at 69/70. SCVs are going to pull down. I guess he's going to maybe try and get 1 onto the CC. He only needs it there for a split second to do something. As those corrosive bars, they're already dealing some damage. 2 Marines will pop out and start defending this, but I mean, Bly is already dealing some damage. We're just going to be seeing these, well, the supply depot in the reactor is going to get taken down here. The bunker's on the way up. It might just get cancelled as well as, I mean, this supply block is already huge. The bunker cancelled now. SCV's pulling in as the Cyclone pops out. He'll get the first Ravager kill, but he has a long way to go to clean up the rest of these here. Oh my god, the Ravager, well, the Cyclone, sorry, walks into the Ravager pile. Now some SCVs trying to repair that Cyclone. A new Cyclone on the way up. Jen's lost enough SCVs to no longer be supply blocked. 11 workers down. I mean, the second Cyclone will go a long way to helping out with this, but boy, is Beyond in some trouble because he's just losing so many workers here, and Bly is still just making roaches and getting them across the map. One very low health Ravager here in the back as we're going to be seeing the Cyclone. And a little bit of trouble as well. Overlord just sat overhead. Another little bit of damage being done as we still see that Cyclone taking some damage. SCVs are going to start pulling in. SCVs needed to prepare that Ravager. A new Ravager arrives into the party, gets another Ravager kill, and Beyond is still defending, but mining so little at the moment, and also supply blocked without a single depot on the map. Beyond literally cannot make anything else at the moment. Well, 2 Cyclones will sort of target down this Overlord, where if they do get that kill, the high ground vision disappears, and that becomes a very different scenario here. With no high ground vision, Bly will struggle to kind of keep on pushing up, but it looks as though Bly is just going to have enough anyways, and well, what a way this group is turning out to go. As we're going to see these Ravagers continue to be targeted down, and it looks as though, well, Bly, even if he is shut down now, there's only 3 SCVs left here from Bjorn, and there's just more roaches coming across. Bjorn cannot even keep this Cyclone alive, and it's going to be GG. Bly takes game 3, and he's going to take this series 2-1 in the Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament. Feel kind of bad because we're not actually going to see much of these maps today, because we're just seeing all in after all in after all in. But what can you do? Sometimes it's just the way the players are going to play. As we are going to get set to go in a couple of moments' time. So we are going to be getting into this in a moment or two. It's going to be Beyond versus Mana as our next series. So we're going to be able to get that going momentarily here, guys. We're going to take a break because I need to go and figure out what the map list is going to be for this. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a quick little break, getting set to go, and I'll be back in a little bit to figure that out. Sorry, I'm just thinking about what maps we're going to have here. So gotta try and work some magic. So this was Cyrus, Relay Station, Traffic Hill, and Digital Frontier, wasn't it? Yes. Alright. We're going to take a quick little break then, guys. We're going to be back in just a few moments' time to continue along, and yeah, see you guys in just a few moments to continue this series. Welcome back. Welcome back. Just going to be Bjorn versus Mana here. We're going to be jumping into this in just a few moments' time. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much to another new subscriber just coming in fresh off the sub press. Gantrafor87 coming in for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Do appreciate it. Give me some love in the chat, please, for Gantrafor. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. See some Woody Hearts in the chat, guys. And, yeah, welcome to the Woody family. Do appreciate it, mate. Alright, we're going to be jumping into our next game in just a few moments. We're just waiting for Bjorn and Mana to pick their maps. And we will be off and away in the next few moments. Group D will be tomorrow, and I also have an update that the Nurture Parting series will be taking place on sometime today as well, so I will have the replays for you for that tomorrow as well, which is great, which is exciting, very excited for that. Should be a great series, and it will allow us to finally see kind of how Group A starts to shake on up. So, yeah, all very exciting stuff as we continue to move on through here today. So far we have Hero on an 0-3 map score, Bjorn on a 1-1, Mana 1-0, and Bly on a 2-0. So if Bjorn wins this, then Mana beats Bly. This will come down to a set of very interesting... it will come down to a very set of interesting map scores, and the fact that Bjorn took no map losses against Hero could come into play here. So that could be a big feature, and we'll see just how that's going to go in the near future as we get this set up and ready to go in just a couple of moments. So going to get this momentarily underway. All right. All right. So, just sorting something out, but we do have our videos done. And we are going to have our maps decided. It's going to be Dreamcatcher, Kerosene Rift, and Lost and Found for this series. Let's get into this next one then, and see what's going to happen on Kerosene Rift in just the next few moments. Just going to get this started up, ready to go. Let's see just what's going to happen here in the next couple of moments. So starting Kerosene Rift, one we haven't seen too much of here yet. And then Dreamcatcher, then Lost and Found. We already saw Lost and Found once today, although very briefly. So cool to be able to see this again now. As we get again Bjorn and Mana into our lobby. Going to be going into this momentarily. So, getting this ready to go, guys. Sorry for a little bit of a distracted Wardy there as I was trying to get this organized. There's also just talking to Parting and Nurture to get those guys sorted out on their matchup, just to make sure everything was running smoothly in that regard. Let's see what's going to happen. Alright. If our players are ready, let's go into this TVP series then and see what is going to be going down. As Bjorn readies up, Mana is going to ready up as well. And so we're going to kick off into this here now and just see how this will go. So, another series, another one getting rolling now. And going to be jumping into this in the next couple of moments. Karasan Rift to continue our way through Group C of the competition here today. Alrighty, let's go in and see what will happen. Game number 1 on Karasan Rift, a large map. Let's see what's going to happen to the top left. Our red Terran player, it is Beyond. So the bottom right hand side, the blue Protoss, is Team Liquid's Mana. Now again, an interesting spot in this group where if Beyond loses this, he's actually out of the group. And if Mana loses this, he can still advance through the group depending on his map score against Bly. So there's a lot on the line here right now, and it can get very interesting. So intrigued to see just what's going to happen. Map score will have a big part to play in this right now, though. So we have to really kind of see both these players fighting for, even if Mana can only take one map here against Beyond, that could be a big positive for him. That could go a long way to helping him out and maybe even be enough to kind of advance on through this. So looking to see what's going to happen. Here's this probe coming in towards the upper left. And he's going to be arriving in the next few moments to see what's going to be going on. So probe is going to be scouting out here early. Again, nothing too crazy in the initial stage of this. This barrack's going to be finishing up in a moment or two. I'm just going to see this probe starting to nibble away at this SCV to get started as well. So SCV just taking a little bit of damage here and there. Marine on the way out, and the Nexus just building up as well. Cybercore also just on the way through, and just going to be seeing the those couple of structures continue to come up here. Command center coming up here on the natural expansion as well for Beyond, as we do see probe just being a nuisance, but the Marine comes down, will push the probe away, and it is far enough away to be able to escape here, no matter how good the step is. Was just a little bit ahead of the Marine to begin with, and so there was no way that Marine was ever going to be able to truly catch up with the probe. So probe gets out, the Nexus about halfway done. We're going to be seeing the Cybernex core as well is about to finish up too. And we're just going to be seeing on this map, again, one of the larger maps coming in from the macro category, and believing this one was made by Solstice245, who is a new first-time finalist in the Team Liquid map contest in terms of his maps submitted. He's been submitting maps for a couple of map contests now. And yeah, I mean, let's just look at the map a little bit as we have a fairly slow startup here with the Stargate coming through, both players expanding. For the first time today, nothing crazy is happening. So a third Nexus, easy to take down here, a couple different choke points into the third, but in general pretty well protected. You can just expand along down towards a fourth base or upwards as well if you would like to. So a few different expansion choices, a lot of choke points and pathways on this map that are very narrow. That's going to be very interesting to kind of see how it plays out, and to see how players are going to maneuver their later game armies on, as we are going to be seeing the Adept trying to shade on forwards, but so far not having any success at all. So Adept is continuing to shade on around and just going to be coming up in towards the main again, just still looking to see what's going on, but backing away, doesn't want to get caught off guard too badly, as Beyond setting up with a couple Marines, a Widow Mine as well. He's just going to be going for a little bit of a very standard Widow Mine drop to begin with here in these early stages. So a Widow Mine drop and a Cyclone to back it up as well, as obviously for now the Widow Mine can kind of sit and be defensive, and hopefully maybe catch the Oracle. We'll see which way the Oracle wants to go. It looks as though for now, as it leaves the map, I mean, it's hard to say whether it's going to go natural or main base, but I think it'll start in the main, then maybe move down towards the natural, as it isn't heading towards the complete top side. Looks as though it is going fairly heavily over to the left-hand side of the map. No, takes a little bit of a turn though, so maybe actually will arrive into the natural here soon. Again, that Widow Mine just hidden behind the CC at the moment, so difficult for Mana to see. There's another Widow Mine right there though. Oh my god. Wow. What a great Widow Mine placement. Using this little bit of architecture on the map to hide the vision of the Widow Mine being there. That's actually really sick. The Widow Mine just being able to be hidden behind that catches Mana off guard completely, and that is a really well done little move from Beyond, really using this little kind of feature of the map to his advantage. Wow. Well, that was pretty sick, as we're going to be seeing some Marines and a Cyclone from Beyond coming across the map to counterattack now. Obviously no fear of this Oracle, because he just took it down. I mean, there could be another one, but at this stage, I mean, I guess he's just going to be attacking anyways, and if there's a second Oracle, he obviously doesn't think he'll be able to do enough damage, as Mana currently not responding in the main base, and the first set of Widow Mines kills 8 workers. He was a little bit busy up the front with this little bit of a poke forwards, and so losing 8 workers already, well, that hurts, especially as he has Phoenix up. Phoenix are meant to be able to stop harassment and stuff like that from ever really getting much done. So these Phoenix so far not really doing their jobs, and hurting quite a lot, as we're going to be seeing the Twilight Council on the Forge on the way up right now here from Mana to continue to build into this. We're going to see Marines and a Cyclone coming on along, and well, Marines and Viking coming along. The Cyclone was just picked off. Adepts are shading back home as well for Mana to kind of help him protect here. It looks as though he will be able to stay alive just about. What's up, Robert Fari, coming in with the cheer 100. Thank you very much. How you doing? Good afternoon to you as well, and thanks for the consistent daily cheers, it feels like. Do appreciate it, as we see Bjorn still trying to find a little bit more damage here at the moment with this Viking Marines, the Cyclone. See if you can just try and find a way in towards this bottom right hand side, as we do just have the few Phoenix just spreading themselves out on the right side as well, and just taking some map control here to watch for anything flying in. Man, just being very cautious after already taking quite a bit of damage so far in the game. Again, if Bjorn runs this, he's not guaranteed through the group 100%, I don't believe. It can still come down to map scores if Mana then goes on to beat Bly. So it's an interesting little conundrum we have ourselves in. We'll see how it plays out in the end. What is different though is that both Mana and Bly dropped a map to Hero, whereas Bjorn did pick up a map win against Hero. Didn't drop a map against Hero. Oh, sorry. Mana and Bly both dropped a map to Hero, whereas Bjorn didn't drop any maps to Hero. And without dropping a map to Hero, that obviously goes a long way for him. As, you can see those Phoenix actually going to recall back home, interestingly enough. As you see the lone Cyclone coming into the third base. But yeah, it does mean that Bjorn is maybe in the small advantage now, and obviously his scores against Mana could help him as well. If he takes down Mana 3-0, he might just very well be through the group no matter what, based on map score. Because we do take map score initially over match score. Especially if it's going to turn out to be a three-way tie. As we do see Stimpack, Combat Shields, and +1 attack all coming through. That Concussive Shells is not far off either. As we do see some rock towers being knocked down, just kind of setting up these rocks to kind of block off location or access to this third base. Mana not doing the same just yet. It is interesting, we've got a lot of different kind of, well, 2 different types of sets of rocks here. This is the rock tower which you knock down to block off, and this is just rocks which are already down that you can kill off to open up this access into the base as well. So couple of different interesting positions. We see Bjorn is coming down the left hand side of the map now with some Widow Mines, Marauders, and Marines. So it's going to be setting up over here as we do see the Viking lands and picks off a few workers as well. 3, 4 workers going down already now. He's going to see a 5th worker too. And this Viking is at the time of its life. Will not get one more worker. So you're going to see a fight in the center. The Phoenix lift up the Widow Mines and Bjorn having to kite away. I think Mana took a good start to that though, and I think he'll be fairly happy. But now Bjorn's going to continue pressing forwards with reinforcements. Has to be careful though, because those Phoenix will lift up some units and they will just be picked off for free. No way to step backwards when you're being lifted up in the sky by a Phoenix. And you can see those Archons have tanked so much damage already. However, if those Archons go down, suddenly the rest of the army starts to drop very quickly, and Bjorn is no longer just wasting kind of attack time against Archon shields which are going to regenerate eventually. He's actually dealing real damage where real units are going to be getting killed off. Well, these Adepts coming through the top side. A few more Marines of Bjorn coming out and along to see what else is happening. A couple of Marauders. Those Medevacs going to be finishing in a moment or two as well, with +1 armor. Also about to finish up. And again, just some Adepts moving around. Getting caught a little bit here. This man will get to the mineral line at least, but doesn't even find many workers. He gets shut down so quickly as Bjorn gets into location. Very nicely done in that regard. So nice little defense there by Bjorn as we see a Robo facility dropping down from Mana. That's his first Robo of the game. You know, ever since they, it's just really ever since they changed the Widow Mines, there's just never really a need to kind of have a Robo super early in the game anymore. And so it's kind of crazy to see that being his first Robo, but indeed it is as we set up into this and look to see what happens next. You're going to see this Bioforce of Bjorn coming along the left side. Ghost Academy coming down too, so he's not wasting time to get set up into tech that will help him to deal with the army of Mana here. Those Archons just going to be setting up still. Armory about to finish in a Robo facility. Also going to be finishing down on this expansion as well. 4th Nexus of Mana is going to be finishing very soon too. As you're going to be seeing the Cyclone is going to fight against this Zealot, and we are going to be seeing the Zealot able to pick that off there. So Zealot gets rid of the Cyclones. We see some Marines stimming in. They will be able to get rid of that Zealot too. And so you continue to sim forwards. The Zealot already going to go down and still pushing it. And Bjorn going to be able to continue chasing that Archon, Sentries, and Zealots as they pull all the way away. Now going to turn around a little bit here. Mana's army is ready to fight. Bjorn's going to pull back to his Widow Mines and honestly may not want to attack. Investing so much currently into Ghosts, may very well want to actually wait for those to be part of the army before he looks for the engagement here as well. He goes to grab himself a Phoenix. Nothing wrong with just taking position on the map as long as, again, he doesn't overcommit to an engagement. Unless he really sees the opportunity is there. You can see the Phoenix moving forward with the Observer here. He picks off the 2 Widow Mines. They don't last very long at all. And it looks as though we're not seeing any further Widow Mines being made either. Looks as though he's pretty much just done with that kind of part of the game. And is just going to be pretty much purely making bio, with Ghosts included as well, going on from there. Another few units just stimming up to the top side, and that Zealot going to get caught as well. Also going down at the moment as we see these Phoenix up on the left-hand side are also hunting to see what else is going on. So still just trying to find an opportunity, Mana himself, to attack on in towards Bjorn here in the next few moments. As you're going to see more of this bio from Bjorn coming out through the center to see what else he can get up to. 2-2 going to be completing shortly to give Bjorn a lead again. Nice couple of EMPs there. I'm surprised these Ghosts didn't get lifted by the Phoenix. Even at the end, there's a couple of lifts available. So I'm surprised he didn't make more of that. As actually right now, Mana's out of position as Bjorn stims in towards the third base. And that's big because he's going to catch a lot of Zealots here. He's going to go straight up into the natural as well. And now suddenly Mana has to fight for his own choke points to be able to fight this army. I wonder if it would be better just to try and recall onto the natural, as EMPs are going to kind of cover themselves, or cover the Protoss army as it moves up this very, very tight choke point. And right now, Bjorn just finding that one single move, which puts him into such an advantage to play forwards from. In the end here, he's going to start losing units, of course. Those Archons are getting top of some overstimmed bio, and he's going to actually lose a ton at the very end of this. Only 7 workers going down as well. Actually, all said and done, Mana really turns that one around towards the latter stages. However, a few Marines over this left-hand side do find a bunch of workers, and that's 15 workers killed now. Suddenly, Bjorn is in a bit more of an advantage than he was before. Mana's still there in army supply, though, so he can still keep fighting against this. As we do see him with Blink on the way up. That's just starting up, +2 attack as well to try and start evening out those upgrades, which are currently 2-2 from Bjorn. As we do see the +3 attack from Bjorn is just starting. Marauders and Marines on the way. Shape weapons is also coming through, and we're going to see a few more High Templar continue to come on up. A Warp Prism on the way out of the Robo facility. As Mana going to be moving up through this top side, or through the center, towards the top side, to try and attack in once again. And that +2 weapons on its way up as a few more medevacs are on the way out. Cloak on the way for the Ghosts too, to keep them a little bit safe if the Observers are down or so. Obviously can go a long way to helping out in the situation. So it's going to be getting that up. Another upgrade. An upgrade we haven't had to really see being researched for so long, because it was taken out of the game a few months ago, but then was replaced just recently in the recent patch. Again, there is that War Prism just coming along here to the left-hand side. 5 more Stalkers, +2 weapons, the Blink as well, all coming in right now. As we are just going to see another scam on top of this army. And Bjorn might be, well, looking for a fight here once again. As you can see, the War Prism does nothing. Units in position to get the 2 Zealots that do drop out. The missile turrets make pretty quick work of it there. And Bjorn again just coming all the way down this left side, continue to push on through. And seeing what sort of position he can get into next. Again, +2 attack, Blink coming up at the moment. Just going to be seeing those Ghosts in the bio. Fighting their way through this Nexus once more. Going to be able to get rid of that in a moment or so, and it is just going to be a cancel right there. Again, big stim of this bio is going to be seeing Archons pulling back a little bit. Big EMPs. Don't think this is a fight Mana can really take. Those EMPs have just covered the army, and Mana doesn't think he can take it either. He taps out midway through the fight, as Bjorn will take game number 1 of this series here on Coruscant Rift. With game number 2 coming on up, we're going to be heading into Dreamcatcher. Now, this was a really awesome map for TVP yesterday when we saw MMA taking on Creator in the very first game on this map. It was pretty sick, so let's see what happens as we go into Dreamcatcher. Let's see what goes down. Game 2 coming up in a moment or so. Let's get our players into this, and Beyond Mana will continue. Beyond 1-0 up again. If he wins this, not guaranteed through the group, but in a pretty good spot to move through nonetheless. Let's just get everyone invited in, and we'll be off and away in a moment or so. All right. What's up, Circa 13 coming in. I actually have a resub to shout out as well. First of all, though, Circa 13, how you doing? Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub, fresh on the channel. How you doing? Here's some Woody Hearts on the chat, please, for Circa 13. Hello and welcome. Thank you very much for subscribing. Do appreciate the support. Thank you very much. What's up, Bragg Fs as well, who came in with the 6-month resub. Got some love in the chat for Bragg as well. Says, thanks for doing what you're doing. Thank you so much for the 6 months. And again, Robert Farley for the tier 100 during the game. Thank you guys for all the support. Again, continuing to make streaming here on a regular basis a possibility. Allow me to bring you guys the action from all of these StarCraft 2 events all of the time. Do appreciate it. So thank you for the sub. Thank you for the bits. Thank you for the resub. Let's go into Dreamcatcher now for game 2 of this series. A bit of a weird one right away. It's from the maker of Catalina, which you might be able to recognize by the fact there's a massive drawing in the middle of the map. Timmy now submitting this map as a new map make ID VSG. Let's see what he can show, what Dreamcatcher can show us here. Maybe not a lot, because Bjorn's already heading across the map with his first SCV. Maybe he doesn't want to do much about this. We have to the top left-hand side our blue Terran player from Valley Team. There's Bjorn. Bottom right from Team Liquid, it's our red Protoss. It's Mana. What's up, Jimsock, with the Cheer 15 in the chat as well. Thank you so much for the Cheer 15. As Bjorn is going to come across the map and is going to be throwing down a barracks here. Most likely in a moment or two. Unless he just really wants to super early SCV scout, that'd be crazy. But look at this space behind this natural mineral line where you can actually hide a barracks. Wow. That's actually kind of interesting. There's not usually this much space behind, behind your own natural or anything. There's not really somewhere you would imagine to scout. Your own natural expansion? No, of course not. This map in general has this kind of entire kind of bottom corner is actually a little bit of just dead space in general. Whereas usually, the main base is tucked away here. Well, it is worked into this sort of bottom corner, but there is a little bit of dead space in the corner, and that's something which Bjorn is currently looking to abuse and take advantage of. Double gas coming up, and as Mana does probe scout, he will be able to identify double gas, no barracks, and he'll probably start a Chrono Boost out of Zalt, go Cybernetics Core perhaps before Nexus. Well, the Nexus is already down. He'll make sure to rush out his Cyber Core as well, I'm sure, to start getting some more units up, which are going to be able to help in general. And then again, probably Chrono Boost out the Zalt too, just to make sure he's got something out to try and buy some time against this initial Reaper. Alright, well, first Reaper on the way up. Is this SCV stuck? He is just patrolling in the corner. I'm not sure if he's actually stuck and blocked in or not. And I think... Oh, it's actually kind of... He might actually be stuck in there. Well... I'm just going to be seeing this Reaper popping out and just going to be jumping in towards the main to get some damage done. Going to run right on in and just going to be trying to grab some damage here. Going to be already finding itself one probe. Nicely done as a second probe going to get taken down too. So Bjorn already off and away in terms of workers killed. Oh, he actually pulls in Mana the probe, which was damage rather than pulling it away. As we do just see these probes continue running over to the right hand side to try and do a little bit more. Third worker going down, now he's looking for a fourth, and he won't quite find it just yet. Barracks is actually going to lift up and float home, as a factory is built there, starports on the way up. And just that he just gave up after so soon, only building one Reaper. Wow, very quick proxy there. Is going to be seeing that Reaper back out onto the map. Isn't going to do too much else until it regens, or maybe even has to wait until the Stalker comes out and leaves the base, as that has now just popped out and will help a lot with the defense. What's up, the Music 7 coming in with the fresh new sub as well. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really do appreciate it. Welcome to the Wardy family. Let's welcome our new friends to the family, guys. Let's see some love in the chat. As you're going to see, this Reaper is going to be able to pick up a probe kill, and oh my god, the Reaper is just going to get away. At least that's what you'd like you to think, as you just go down in the end. The Reaper getting shut down there. A nice pick off, as we are going to be seeing the Cyclone through the center. And now Bjorn is going to start up a natural command center, so he's getting that up and ready to roll as the Cyclone turns back around to come across and to do some more damage. I have to say that so far the way Bjorn's playing does really kind of show us that he's kind of aware of the maps he's playing on, has maybe had a look at them and maybe able to find just positions to kind of play out very quickly and easily, which is pretty cool to see. As you do see, these two Cyclones going to be coming down to the south side in the medevac now. This is Bjorn's next wave of aggression to try and keep himself in this with what was a later expansion than usual for him. So he's going to drop in towards the mineral line here. He could maybe get the pylon on the Cybercore gateway. It's definitely a possibility here. It would be a pretty good target. I mean, slow down warp gate is always going to be huge, as he very nearly already gets the first Stalker. And he does get it now. That medevac's getting low, but he'll get the other Stalker. He does lose the medevac. However, now the two Stalkers are down, so it's only a Zealot here. As the Cyclone's going to get in position in the choke point, and they are going to be able to keep on fighting. Here comes the Oracle to help out, which means the Cyclones will back away, use that anti-air lock-on. Will actually kill off the Zealot now as well. They're going to get themselves in the corners. They're going to be able to lock on again, actually. Oracle goes down for a Cyclone. And oh my god, look at this. Using every inch of this main base of mana to just abuse, punish, and deal damage. 6 workers killed. There's no answer to this Cyclone right now. A Stalker's just been whooped in somewhere. I don't even know where. On this left-hand side. Oh my god. I mean, the Cyclone goes down, but there's another one in the natural. There's a Liberator in the main. And mana just does not have the units at the moment to deal with this. Bjorn is all over the place. He's killed 15 workers, and that's continuing to add on up as 17, 18 go down. Well, Bjorn's later expansion, Bjorn's not really kind of super successful initial proxy. It's not going to matter now. He's done so much here in the last few moments. He's going to put himself in a position where you really can just win the game from. I mean, killing 18 workers and a bunch of units. Well, that really does suck, as we're going to be seeing these few adepts coming up through towards the upper left-hand side. Try and do a little bit more. I'm going to be seeing this Siege Chang sieging up, so he's going to have some defense here. And he already splashes onto all of those adepts twice over. Marines come in, and those adepts are going to drop so quickly now. He might not even be able to shade away. He shades away with one, still in range of the siege tank though, so it goes down as well. And Mana's just going to type out GG because there's another harassment going on in his main base. He's losing even more workers. So he types out, and Bjorn is holding 2-0 lead against Mana. So he's already won this series, but we still do play that final game no matter what in this tournament, so we will be going into that in just a couple minutes time after this very quick break. Don't go far, guys, and I'll see you straight after this.
You call me a sinner, I call myself a saint. Living the hallelujah, today we close to pray. I'm feeling all happy, don't care about the fame. So now we living like it was our last day. Don't mind the gravity, all the things around. Please focus on what's now. 'Cause tonight we living, tonight we living, tonight we living like it was our last day. Call me a sinner, I call myself a saint. Living the hallelujah, today we close to pray. Feeling all happy, don't care about the fame. So now we living like it was our last day. Don't mind the gravity, all the things around. Please focus on what's now. 'Cause tonight we living.
Welcome back, everybody. As we're going to be going into our final Beyond game of the day here on Lost and Found. Oh. Whoops, I had the players the wrong way around. My apologies. I thought the players were in the right places, so I'm going to get this hosted again, jump into Lost and Found, and we'll be off and away. So, off and away here in a moment. Again, the Music 7, thank you very much for that sub that came through. I do appreciate all the love of the subs that are coming through just recently, guys. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it. Alright. Getting everyone into the lobby once again as we get ready to go once more. Who are we missing? It's Insane. There we go. Get him in here. And we're going to go into the final map of Beyond and Mana. As we're going to be off and away into that in just a moment or two. Alright. Alright. Let's jump on into this then. Is Beyond versus Mana. This time we have the right players in the right places. And let's see what's going to happen as we get this going. To the bottom left hand side, our blue Terran player. It is Beyond. And he's going up against the red props from Team Liquid to the top right hand side here on Lost and Found. This kind of greyed out map, a weird effect. It is Mana. So we've seen some very fast games on this map today. We're hoping for a couple of longer ones as we get set up into this right now and get ready to go. I'm looking to see what's going to happen. It is going to be this proxy racks here initially. I'm just going to be seeing the setup here. Getting ready to roll. I'm looking to see what's happening. So again, Lost and Found map by his work, and again, kind of just a standard map. We haven't really seen this map go later into the game at all. In any of the matches we've seen so far, it does keep ending early. And we'll see if this is going to be a similar scenario, because Beyond is set up similar to the last game, but he is going to change up when it comes to this barracks. Throwing down the tech lab is obviously a bit of a difference from building a Reaper. So we'll see where he goes from there as we continue to get set up into this right now. This SCV going to scout up in towards the main base just to see what is going on. Alright, so SCV pops up and that's going to be looking around. Cybercore going to be finishing soon. Nexus on the way in the natural expansion. I'm just going to be seeing the Marauder on its way up with the concussive shells as well. It's just going into all of this right now, nothing too crazy, as that bunker will come down from Beyond, just positioning it to just be a little bit of a nuisance at the front, as you see that probe pushing that SCV away, nibbling at it a little bit here and there. And SCV pulls all the way away as a Stargate coming down here from Mana. So he's sent up in towards that, and you're going to see another Marauder on the way too, as we already see this first Marauder is out. And obviously with concussive shells on the way up, it can get a bit difficult to actually engage a Marauder. As we can see, the Adept obviously doesn't do a great job because it's just, well, it's kind of funny because both the Marauder and the Adept don't really deal much damage to each other. So it's kind of interesting in the end to see more probes pulling forward to deny this. You're going to see these couple of Marauders continue to fight as well. One probe going down right away here, another probe going to be taking some damage too. And it's going to be seeing this couple of probes also going to get picked away at here. So it's going to be taking some more damage. We do see the Adepts going down. This probe also going to get picked off here. 6 workers killed. As we're going to be seeing the bunker still on its way up over here. I'm just going to be having the unit of mana just set up onto the high ground here. As the Zealot being chrono boosted out. These couple of Marauders continue to come up, and well, now he's actually going to be catching this Stalker, so this is nice. The Marauders production just continuing is becoming a bit of an issue here. I mean, a Zealot comes out now, that's not going to be able to do a lot, but there's the Oracle, that will help. Able to come out and is able to pick away at that Marauder, so it does go down. So that Marauder falls, he's going to come in here, and he's actually going to land the barracks to try and be annoying. He will get one more worker kill. As the Cyclone comes out at home, he's just going to start sending it across the map. Maybe a Widowmine at home to defend as well. As we look to see what else is going to happen. So Starport on the way up here in the main base. The Cyclone's off and away. And again, that Marauder. No! Vian is just like such a cute creative player. You know, look at that. Puts his Marauder in the mineral line. Puts a barracks in front of it to protect. Well, Oracle is going to fly over, sees the natural CC, and we're not going to see any anti-air here at the moment. Oracle will pop its pulsar beam, but it doesn't have much energy. Didn't even get to kill an SCV. So out of energy, that Oracle can't do enough, as this Oracle will have to be used to pick off this Marauder, but it just denies manning time for so long here. As we're going to be seeing now these, well, this Oracle getting pushed away from the main base, and just going to be seeing the... Oh, Stalker continue coming up. I mean, Mana continue to build up his gateway units here slowly but surely. Oracle's just heading back home, as we're all going to be seeing the Zealot and the Stalker that are out are currently working their way through this barracks. But meanwhile, otherwise, we just see Cyclones building a starport with a Cloaked Banshee coming up. And that's interesting too. We still the Cloaked Banshee's winning the game for Beyond against Hero, more or less. We'll see if it's going to be a similar story here this time around. So setting up in towards this as we look to see just what's going to happen. And you're just going to see this Banshee about to pop in a couple of moments, so it's going to be seen again. These Cyclones continue to set on up here, and we're going to see that Banshee starting to come out and across the map. So coming all the way over to the right hand side, as we are going to be seeing. Again, this Oracle looking to see what it can get up to. +1/+1 upgrades on the way right now here out of mana. So he's got his double forge down and spinning away. As that Banshee going to come across to the right hand side as well. Revelation does drop down in a couple of Marines. The Cyclones, the depots and the factory all getting caught in that Revelation as well. I'm just going to have this Banshee coming up this side. Going to be looking to move in towards the natural. Try and do a little bit of damage. Alright, so continue to do a little bit here as you're going to be seeing that set of probes getting picked off. As the Phoenix is going to come in towards this main base, it is going to be able to get rid of that Banshee there, as you do see. Got a little bit more damage being done. This Banshee of Beyond continue to come across the map here at the moment. As we are going to be seeing this Banshee going to be, well, obviously second Banshee obviously wants to try and get a little bit more done. 5 workers on the first one. Let's see if he can in the next few moments. You're going to see another Nexus currently just on the way up. Mana continue to expand, but here comes the big push. A couple of tanks, those Cyclones from early. This seems kind of deadly. I mean, 4 Phoenix. There's not a ton of anti-air here. We're talking about 6 Marines moving across the map. So 4 Phoenix could get quite a bit done. I mean, the Cyclone lock-on as well, though. That added in, maybe it is enough to fight against those Phoenix. It depends really on just what you pick up and how the Oracle targets as well. Not even sure what the best exact way to go about this is as well. That's not a good start. Losing the initial Phoenix or even just taking damage on it will hurt. Banshee into the main base at the same time. As we've already seen the pylon at the front taking quite a lot of damage. Here come the Oracles to join in the fight. The Phoenix are going to lift up the tanks as the Marines are going to target down the Oracles, so they're going to drop here. You're going to see these Marines try to step backwards. The tanks come back into play and they are destructive against a lot of those workers. This tank does go down now as the Banshee in the main, though, has picked up 6 kills, 7 kills, and no detection because he killed both of the Oracles. Oh, man. Well, that's painful, though. An observer does pop out. 18 workers killed in total. Beyond's attack across the map here has been very successful. Alright, we're just going to see this missile turret on the way up here as well, and just going to be seeing, again, this third command center will finish in a moment or two as Marines and Marauders continuing to gather together. +2/+2 on the way up. Charge just over halfway done as we're going to be seeing combat shields also building on up right now. +1 armor on this engineering bay. The armory is about to finish, and as that finishes up, it does open access to the 2-2. As Bjorn will want to continue his upgrades in towards this macro-focused game he's got going. The sooner he starts to too, the less that Mana is going to get ahead on those upgrades from the Double Forge, the less he's going to be able to benefit from timing windows, etc. Alright, going to see this Immortal continue to come out as well. I'm just going to be seeing Mana again continue to come out in towards the center of the map. So, continue to come out in towards the center, and just going to be seeing more of these Marines and Widow Mines gathering together. So again, set up and ready to go. The Phoenix still set here as well. And again, +2 attack, +1 armor on the way up here from Bjorn right now. Still just going to see these Phoenix flying around and looking to see just what else is happening. A few more gates on the way up here from Mana, just continue to get set up and ready to go. And these Phoenix coming over to the right hand side. Another Stalker just warping in at the moment. And another one too also coming in at the front. More bio of Bjorn coming across the map. Looking to see what else he can get up to here in the next few moments. Coming all the way towards maybe just attacking into this third base. And honestly, Bjorn has set himself up into such a great position that he's probably just going to be able to attack into this third base and to get something going from there. So let's see how this rolls as we do see these Widow Mines moving forwards. The bio ready to go as well, and the stem in is already dealing a little bit of damage. The Phoenix going to lift up the Widow Mines though. He's going to be seeing a continued kind of attack here. As we're going to be seeing the bio just stuck behind force fields. Manafin now holding on, but he just doesn't have that much. Once the force fields dissipate, can he really continue to hold on to this? Hold positioning here as we use another stem, and now Bjorn once again is attacking forward. We're going to see a couple of Widow Mines starting to go off, and they do help with the Stalkers. Gets one of the Immortals as well. And as we just see Bjorn with a scan, picks off an Observer as well, and continuing to just be back and forth here. But just picking away, chipping away at Mana's army, and eventually as Bjorn brings reinforcements across the map, I don't think there's much of a way that Mana's going to be able to defend against this at all. Another few Zealots getting warped in here at the moment as they will join this army. Again, reinforcements for Bjorn still not coming across the map, just waiting a little bit. As we are going to be seeing this factory coming up towards the top side here. Fourth base down to the south. Getting set up as well. Again, more of this bio. Just going to be used to pick off those rocks, so those rocks do go down now, and we are going to be seeing Liberator Range Advanced Ballistics currently on the way up. +3 attack and +2 armor currently on the way down as well, as we are going to be seeing Mana continue to set up over on this right hand side. Again, just Bjorn continue to come across to see what else is going on. A single missile turret going to be coming up here. Blink about halfway done. The Colossus is also on its way out right now as this Stalker going to be coming up in this third base. And we are just going to be seeing again +2 armor continuing to come on through here at the moment as we're going to be seeing missile turret getting set up from Bjorn. It's going to be ready in a moment or so. We're going to see a scan, and well, Liberators continue to set up. We do see the Observer coming getting taken down. So Observer gets picked off. The Liberators are going to unsiege and push themselves further forwards once again. Again, looking to do just a little bit more. We're going to see the stim in. Stalker's already going down. Cannon taking some damage. I mean, the Liberator's just forcing Mana into a terrible position. He force fields himself in, I think, just out of fun right now. He knows this is a little bit over. I think he knows this isn't going to work. GG's. Bjorn takes up all of the victories here. And so far, he only dropped those couple of maps to Bly, which should put him in a very good position to move out of this group. He's going to be 2-1 with a 7-2 scoreline. So if Bly frees Mana, well, if Bly wins, he wins anyways, right? You know, he goes through the group with Bjorn. If Mana wins 3-0, he's going to be 2-4. And what's Bjorn at right now? 7-2? So you can't overtake Bjorn, but you definitely could overtake Bly. So if Mana wins against Bly, he would be the victor no matter what. I think whatever the scoreline is, Mana would be the victor. So, and would advance through. So Mana versus Bly are going to play each other now. And I'm pretty sure no matter what, Bjorn is guaranteed to move through this group. Because his map score is going to be better than anyone can beat. Alright, so we're going to be back in just a few moments. And we're going to be going into Blythe Mad to determine who will advance through this group. We're going to be finding that out here in just a few moments' time. And get that ready to go. So try and figure that out. We'll be back here in just a few moments. See you guys in a moment. Alright guys, so here's the situation. I was a bit wrong when I was doing my outro into that break before. So Bly, if he wins this series, no matter what, he is first place in this group. If Bly loses this series but takes one map, he will be second place in this group. If Mana is to move out of this group, he needs to win this series without dropping a map, which is not going to be easy. As I'm going to be setting up into this and getting ready to go. Alright. So. We're going to get this ready to go. And look to see what's going to happen. We actually already have our vetoes. So Cerulean Falls and Arashi are going to be vetoed, which gives us Parasite, Fracture, and 16-bit as our map pool. It's actually a pretty cool map pool. It's some macro maps that we've got coming in here. So let's do this. Parasite followed by Fracture followed by 16-bit. Parasite, the only map we haven't seen so far today. Let's see how... well, let's see how this goes anyways. So Parasite will be our first one. We haven't seen that today. We've seen Fracture and 16-bit, although in fairly short games. So let's see what happens. Alright, let's see what's going to happen here as we get ready to roll in a few moments' time. Alright, getting set up, getting ready to roll. Let's see what's going to happen in just a couple moments' time here as we get on into our next game of this, or final game of today's group. Again, if you enjoyed the games today, hit that follow button, guys. We are going to go into this final series, and again, just as a bit of a information, so a lot of you asking about Partings games. We are hoping to have Partings games to cast for you guys tomorrow. We're hoping to have Partings games to cast for you guys tomorrow. We're just trying to confirm Parting versus Nurture has been organized, but we are going to be looking for Parting versus Special to get played. So Nurture versus Special to get played. So no, Parting versus Nurture has been played, and we'll cast that from replays tomorrow. But we're trying to see if Nurture and Special will get played and when that will be. So we're trying to figure that out as well. So we're going to get ready to go. We're just going to jump into Bly vs Mana Game 1 on Parasite, a map by his work. Let's see how this one goes as we get set up and ready to go. Game number 1 of this series. Oh my god, guys. No! We're going to get defeated! I don't believe it! We just dropped like 5 subs instantly, suddenly. Oh no. 300 subs. No! We're going to drop below 300! I thought we had it beaten. Rip the dream. Okay, anyways, let's go into Parasite. Let's see what's going to happen. Mana versus Bly. Both of them. Well, Bly in need of a victory here to just advance in first place. Mana needs a free 0 to advance at all. Bly just needs one map to advance in second place. So let's see how this goes as we do go to the bottom right hand side of the map. In game number 1, our red Zerg player, it is Bly. He's up against the blue Protoss to the top left hand side. It is from Team Liquid. It's Mana. So again, Parasite. We're also going to see 16-bit and Fracture here, so a couple of different maps. This map is by Zwek, who actually has 3 maps in the finals. He just saw Lost and Found. It's another one of his maps, as well as System Shock, that weirder map with the 2 watchtowers between the naturals. So that's what's going on. Then we're going to have Fracture and Avex map, and we're going to be having, again, 16-bit by Octomologist as well, which should be pretty fun. Glad to see that map coming up again. As honestly, the last couple times I've casted, the last couple of times I've casted as Bly has been pretty cool long games, so excited to see how it's going to go. Did Digital Frontier get played today? Yes, it did. It got played during the Bjorn and Bly series, although I won't lie, mate, it wasn't a very long game. Yeah, today's games have been pretty quick, aggressive, and all over the place. It's been a little bit weird. But yeah, we saw Digital Frontier a little bit earlier on. And it was the third map of Bly versus Bjorn. Alright, well, let's see what happens here in Bly versus Mana then. Again, a series with a lot on the line for every single map. And let's see how this is going to go in the next few moments. Scan this set up and ready to roll. Looking to see what's going to happen in the next couple of moments here. You're going to see a Queen on the way out, a Nexus on the way up as well, and you see that Link Speed currently on the way up from Bly as well. So getting set up into this and seeing what's going to happen. As you see Link Speed coming through, Nexus on the way. I'm just repeating myself. I should just shut up for a moment instead of just repeating. Stargate on the way down, as we do see Mana getting set up in towards a fairly standard opening here initially on Parasite. Yeah, I think these maps as well could actually create for some really good games if we have Parasite. Again, Fracture's kind of a standard map, which can create some pretty cool games, I think, as well. And there's also that final map, which is going to be 16-bit, which is actually pretty large, which will also be kind of interesting. So intrigued to see what happens. Bly picked out some interesting builds against Hero already once today. He also got attacked quite interestingly by Hero. I guess actually the only time we really got to see Bly pick a build was when he got to Ling Flood. The other games Hero proxy gated him and went for that shield battery rush as well. So it's been a couple of interesting ones. Bly has not had the most standard of games today, but I feel as though a ZVP against Mana is maybe the best chance we have of seeing Bly playing some macro. Just going to see these couple of Zerglings coming across towards the upper side of the map. And we are going to be seeing a Void Ray on the way out here from Mana, getting ready to go as well. So Void Ray coming up. Again, that Warp Gate is just about halfway done here at the moment, with another gateway also coming up on the front of this natural. So just getting its full wall off completed here currently, as we're going to see this Void Ray kicking in and going to be starting to work its way through that Overlord. So Overlord does get picked off. Lair on the way up as well. So just very quickly here, Bly going into the lair, but not kind of like super quick, like all in quick. It's just he wants to play some kind of hideless den focused playstyle, and he wants to play that early on. He doesn't want to go into a faster melee upgrade, so that's what he's going to spend his gas on here. See on Parasite, an interesting kind of forward base, which is what Bly takes right away. You can also come down towards this base here to expand. You can also go over here. There's a lot of different choices. There's a lot of ways to expand, and that's one of the things I love about this map so far. I actually think it's really cool, as we're going to be seeing this single Zerglin just looking around. Does spot that Oracle coming across. It's taken a little while for it to come across, because it was the second unit produced from the Stargate. Initially a Void Ray coming out, and that's what's currently picking up some bits and pieces so far. Gets a Cryptier and a Ling there, as we are going to have this Oracle to the right-hand side. We're going to try and do a little bit more as well. Queen's there poking the Oracle away and are going to be able to push it up this right, as we're going to be seeing the Void Ray coming through, and is going to be able to pick away at that Overlord. It's going to drop here in the next couple of moments, so Overlord goes down. Hydralisk Den coming up, and we're just going to be seeing a few more drones coming into play as well. And again, the faster Hydra Den, not too much of a surprise off of this timing of a lair. Let's see what exactly he wants to do. Fast Lurkers, or is he just going to go Hydra upgrades? He could definitely get aggressive. We'll see how many more drones Bly wants to make. Right now on 55, as Mana making an Immortal, making a Forge, a couple more Sentries, still getting set up into this. What's up, -0? One of the map makers himself, coming through for the sub in the channel. Get some love for him. He has a bunch of maps in this competition, 3 actually, tied with Swek and Avex for the most number of maps in this finalists. Maker of Catalyst as well, if you guys didn't know. And in this tournament he has Blue Shift, which is one of my favourites, Digital Frontier. I actually think they're the two prettiest maps in the map pools. And one more, Back Preifgesicht, the one that no one can say of the gold bases. And the naturals. Thank you for the sub, mate, appreciate it. And hope you're enjoying the games and your maps, even if some of them have been really, today, a little bit quick, honestly. Anyways, these two Oracles have been able to help deflect these Lings for now. As you do see, Hydra's on the way up. Bly hasn't really droned in a while. 57 workers, and that's what becomes concerning here. You know, does he just continue to make a lot of units and just look to kind of get very aggressive here very soon as these Lings are actually starting to get some damage done? Mana not responding to it as he's busy microing his Oracles. He gets, what, 4 workers killed, but he's lost 8 probes on the other side of the map. there's damage which I don't think should be happening with those Adepts and Void Ray nearby. He should be able to shut this down a lot more easily, pull probes away. This shouldn't happen so easily at all. Big mistake there, as we're going to be seeing those lanes coming back up to the top side once again. We're going to see a few more sentries coming through. +1 attack upgrade being chrono boosted out. I'm just going to be seeing this Colossus also going to be popping in a couple of moments. Lings and Hydras still gathering together to this top side. A lot more Hydras coming in here from Bly as well. And just going to be seeing the fact that he's lost 10 probes, man, is just so painful as this attack gets ready to come on in. And now he's a little bit out of position to protect the third base as well. As Void Ray pulls back, there's some sentries available. Force fields come through. The Oracle's initially in some trouble. There's the first Colossus. That's going to be a major part of being able to fight this army. As we already see, the Colossus obviously doesn't have range just yet, so has to fight from a little bit closer than it would like to. As these Hydra numbers are already being worked away at, though, the Force field's buying a lot of time. His mana going to be losing out on his Immortal as well. Colossus still in a position where he can get back towards the natural wall-off, so he can stay safe. A few more Hydras arrive in a single Zealot or two going into tank. Mana's still dealing some damage where he can. Again, off creep, he can kind of fight against those Hydras. A few more Lings make it a bit more difficult because they can kind of get on top of Colossus a lot more easily. Charge just now starting up, and it feels as though Mana's in a little bit of a tough spot in terms of what he can actually build to help himself out here. Second Colossus will go a long way in the near future. As you see these Hydras coming back into this left-hand side, a couple of Lings are going towards the third base. There's the second Colossus. The Void Ray coming back into play too, and Mana for now is continuing to defend. A clutch defense here, and a necessary defense, of course, if he wants to make it through this competition into the quarterfinals. Oh, he loses one of the Colossus though, and that's a big mistake. Thermal Lance is just a few seconds away, and that's what's making it so difficult to hang on, not having that Colossus range. As you're going to see, the Void Ray might have to come in as well, just for a little bit more damage to be done. This Colossus is walking over this little pathway here. It's actually an interesting map for the Colossi to be on because of this little walkway, which allows him to have an extra way back into the natural. 9 more workers lost here. Bly only had a 6-worker lead. Now extended Thermal Lance is here, so it becomes a lot easier for these Colossi to fight. Charge is almost done, and 2 Colossi being made at a time. It begins to feel as though Mana might have just been about to, or just about being able to hold on to this. Wow, nice little defense there. As we are going to be seeing the Colossi Zealots and the Sentry continuing to gather together. Just going to be seeing again the Hydras continue to work their way through a little bit more of this. 9 workers, 10 workers going down. And it's going to be seen again a few more of those Hydras getting picked away at. Yes, that's actually going to be seeing the Colossus taking some damage. Just pull away in time though. Still staying alive here. Mana's army supply is actually up. That Colossus just goes down, but I think he's done enough anyways to stay alive in this, and he's going to keep on cleaning this up. And then 10 workers lost, but his army supply is huge here. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. As we continue to step into this. They have Zero saying thanks for doing the tournament. By the way, the previous subs were one of the map makers too. Oh, Music is, I assume, the maker of 16-bit. I actually said the map makers the wrong way around before. I said Octomologist was the maker of 16-bit, which isn't true. Music 246 is. You're going to see 16-bit as one of the maps in this series as well. So, hey, what's up, Music? How you doing? I'm just a little bit kind of off in general today. I was actually just talking to Bly before, trying to tell him what the situation was with the map score and stuff, and I just couldn't for the life of me figure it out. I was just like, I just couldn't figure it out. My brain's just completely turned to mush after the stress of trying to figure out players and other things earlier on. Well, Bly going to transition here. He's going to go into mutas, and Mana didn't really attack across the map when he had the lead to maybe do so. Now as he moves across, there's going to be the possibility of just adding in those mutas, and well, if mutas intercept this army, there is really a lot of anti-air right away. 2 Archons, and that's about it for now. As Zealots joined up with those Colossus, we're going to be seeing this War Prism helping to lead the charge. Mutas are just going to go up towards the main, where there's a cannon, but not really much else. A single Phoenix. Mana just hasn't had the chance to really scout any of this, and that could be a big issue for him. Lurker's on the way up too, so defensively Bly's going to be completely fine. And this combination of being able to just be kind of completely fine defensively because of the Lurkers, while being aggressive with the mutas, is just going to be fantastic for him, as we're going to see this Phoenix continue to come on through and start fighting against some of those, some more of those Mutalisks there. They turn back around and going to be able to kill off a few more of those probes. 5 workers going down so far, and he's going to be able to get a few more of them once again here this time around. So He's going to continue to get some more damage dealt. We're going to see 16 workers killed. I mean, right now, Mana's starting to push up this ramp because actually the lurkers aren't burrowed for some reason. But now I think Mana's in trouble to the point where he might have to just turn around. I mean, Stalkers warp it in. Phoenix are building obviously to try and counter this, but he just didn't see it coming. Kept so occupied with the kind of attack earlier that he just didn't get the scouts across the map. And now losing 30 workers to this, it looks as though Bly is going to take the one map he needs to guarantee himself moving through this group and into the quarter-finals. He's doing a little bit more damage here once again. I'm just going to see the mutas coming in once more. Corrupt Cannon here continuing to fight as we do see the Colossus dropping back down. I'm just going to see the Stalkers running across the map to try and join up with this. Maybe just going to try and base trade it, but actually has to turn and fight a couple of these mutas which have been coming across the map. We'll kill one, could have maybe killed two if the rest of the Stalkers in the back had joined in. The issue just is the lurkers. How do you fight against them? This one observer is going to get targeted down. Oh my god, it falls, and now there's no detection at all here, right? So if you can't see the lurkers, you're going to be in trouble. He's just going to try and run past. Man just does not have enough to fight this at all, and those meters are still going huge back over in his main. And that is absolutely crazy. As we're going to be seeing, well, those Archons are going to keep on dropping, and this really is just about it. And Bly is going to take game number 1 of this best of 3. We are still going to play the next couple of maps nonetheless anyways, as we are going to be jumping into this in a moment or two. So let's go straight on in and finish this up today, as we are going to have Fracture for map 2, even though, I mean, Bly still has something to play for. If Bly can win the next 2 maps, he can finish first in this group, and that pushes Bjorn into second place, which would be interesting. So let's see what happens as we load up into Fracture here in the next couple of moments. Alright, let's see what's going to happen as we get ready to roll. Let's see how this goes. As we invite in Mana, we're inviting Bly. And again, we're going to be off and away with this in just a few moments. Game number 2 of the series is, again, we're going to be playing all 3 maps here. Fracture, and then 16-bit will be our final map of the day in Group C of the Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament. Again, at this stage, Mana, unfortunately, doesn't have much left to play for. Will complete the maps, otherwise he cannot claim his prize money. But Bly definitely does want to win all 3 of these maps to finish first place in the group. Let's see if he's going to be able to do that here as we get this set up and ready to go. Again, tomorrow we're going to be back with Group D, by the way, and that's going to be some pretty awesome games as well. Innovation, Solar Puck, and Snoot is a pretty fantastic set of players, if you ask me, so it should be pretty fun to see how that one turns out tomorrow. From the same time, in the same place, looking forward to it already. Hopefully you guys are as well. As we are going to be kicking off right now into this game. Players readied up. Let's go into Fracture, the Avex map, to see what happens next. Holy shit. Whatever happened at this exact time a month ago was crazy, because we just dropped like 20 subs in like the space of a map. That's really insane. We just dropped down to 291 subs. Mental. Alright guys, we're going into game number 2. As we're going into Fracture here, continuing the action. Let's see how it goes as we go into the bottom right hand side to get us started. The red Protoss player, who is down a game, can no longer advance, but let's see if he can stop Bly from getting first place in the group. It is Team Liquid's Mana. And at the top left hand side is going to be the blue Zerg. Let's hear it if you're cheering on Bly. Again, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone, today. So many of you guys tuning in and watching. As we are continuing to get set up into this right now. And as you're going to see a couple of drones on the way up, looking to see what's going to happen here over the next couple of moments. Alright, so getting set up, looking to see what's going to happen as we're going to be seeing the Pylon getting thrown down over here, and the hatchery already expanding out just towards the third base instead. A couple probes coming up in towards the main. As we do just see Mana getting ready to expand himself here in the next couple of moments here on Fracture. Again, game number 2. This map by Avex from the standard section. As we just get this set up and ready to go. How much is the prize money? Asked Bronze League Hobo. There's $4,000 up for grabs in this event, and every player gets paid out. 4th place in the group takes home $25. 3rd place in the group $50. Top 8 is $100. 4th place is $300. 3rd place is $500, I think. And then we have 2nd place $750 plus $50 per map in the finals. And 1st place $1,000 plus $50 per map in the finals. As you see, this drone just running around after that probe, nibbling away at it, and it does just pop up in towards the main base there. Another Overlord of Bly just sat out the front here too. As we're just going to be looking to see what's going to happen next. Ling speed starts up from Bly, Lings and another Queen on the way out. Twilight Council already dropping down from Mana behind this mineral line. As you see this Overlord moving in towards the main base, and again just this probe of Mana moving across as well to see what else he can get up to now. As that probe just moves all the way in towards the natural expansion. And we do have those Zerglings of Bly. They're setting up as well just outside of this 3rd base, looking to see what they can get up to in the next few moments as well. As Adept does finish up and starts to deal a little bit of damage here to these drones. We'll see this Adept continue to move around and is going to be picking up this... very nearly picks up that 2nd worker as well. Just doesn't quite manage to get it done, as we do see Resonating Glaives currently on the way up here from Mana. Stalker on the way out, and Bly is throwing down an Evolution Chamber. So he's going to look for a Link Flood here on Fracture to try and clean this up nice and quickly. As we do see a couple more gateways coming down and getting ready to go. This Ling is a little bit stuck up there, getting stuck in the corner, a little bit unfortunate as we see more Lings coming across the map. Not heavy all in from Bly, he's actually already drawn in behind this, so not reinforced with more Lings. Already getting his work account going once more, as he actually hasn't even morphed in a Dropper Lord yet, so throwing down a Rotron, he's not going to commit to this, it seems. His Mana going into Glaives and Adepts. Bly just ends up backing away, down on workers so heavily already, but... well, we'll see what happens in the next few moments here, as those Lings are still moving around and looking to see just what else they can get up to in the next couple minutes. Alright, so as Lings continue around, we're just going to be seeing the Adepts, so I'll continue to gather back up together, and again looking to see what else is happening. And that's going to be seeing the Stalker. As, going to be there, and you're just going to be seeing the Adepts just again ready to fight against those Lings a little bit further once more. Roaches on the way out, and continue to get ready to go for a little bit more aggression in the next few moments. As it's going to be seeing Bly still positioned to be aggressive, of course. I mean, just 6 Roaches. I guess he's just getting ready to deal with the Adepts, but with Bly you never know when it's going to turn into a big counterattack and just continued flooding of units. I mean, right now he's on 33 works against 45, so maybe he is just looking to deal with those Adepts and immediately counterattack, although Mana, with an Immortal on the way up, is already looking as though he's going to have enough here. So there's Adept shade forwards. They're not going to be able to find too much just yet, and again, another Zergling or so going down to the left side. And again, this set of Adepts picking off another Zergling, and Nexus now dropping down on the 3rd base. Again, set up and ready to go. Once again, that lair going to be finishing in a moment or two for Bly. +1 attack and blink on the way up right here is actually Mana under some pressure over here right now as those Lings are going to come in, get us around. Oh no, those initial Adepts are going to fall here pretty quickly. So those Adepts already disappearing as we're going to be seeing Lings and Roaches jumping back onto this expansion. Going to be seeing the Nexus going down. Both the pylons are going to drop as well. Oh man, well this is already a little bit painful. And Bly is once more just starting to drone up behind this already, getting his economy going to transition through just in case he can't kill Mana, which may very well be difficult because of the fact there is kind of a wall off and a very narrow choke point here in general. Just going to be seeing the Lings and Roaches still kind of poking around to see just what else they can do perhaps in the next couple of moments. You can see a Robo Bay on the way up in the main base as well. Mana still setting up into some more further tech here to continue onwards. As Immortal Sentries and a Stalker coming forwards, picking off a Zergling. looking to retake his expansion. I mean, the thing is, Mana throughout all of this has still kept a worker lead, which really keeps him in a very, which keeps him in a position where he can definitely play forwards from. Bly's army supply obviously will be a little bit ahead for a while, but just being down on workers for the entirety of this game, look at that income lead that Mana has had. So overall, it's actually not even so bad for him, the way that this has gone. So, a little bit unfortunate for Bly. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking earlier. You try and go for that Link Flood and then just teching away from it without even really committing at all. He didn't even morph into Drop Lord to try for a little bit of damage, which is what is so weird to me, that he didn't even try for that little bit of something. So strange, as we are going to be seeing those couple of Roaches just gathering together. Going to see a Hallucinated Phoenix in the main base taking some shots. I mean, Mana just picking up all information he might need. Not going to get caught off guard twice in this series by Mutalisks or something along those lines. As Bly doesn't have much to hide, he's just morphing in Ravagers. He doesn't have any sort of crazy tech path teched into here. No, he doesn't even have a Hydralist end up. I mean, that's how low tech he is at the moment. So, while Mana's doing a good job of scouting, there isn't actually much of it, much for him to truly scout at the moment, as we are going to be seeing. Stalker's picking up another few units, and there's that Disruptor, which is just going to be popping out here in a moment or so as well, to continue on and along. Stalkers getting themselves a Ravager kill, then using the Blink upgrade to just get out of that fight nice and easily. And Mana playing the Disruptors, something you don't see all of the time any longer, as we're going to be seeing the first Disruptors already here, actually. Oh, those Force Fields are going to be devastating, because that Disruptor shot, oh no way, there's missing a Force Field on the top side, or the bars broke through. He actually gets away. I thought that Disruptor's going to hit both of those Ravagers and maybe a Roach as well. That would have been absolutely crazy, as we're going to be seeing those units gathering up towards the third base. And again, everything here from Mana just getting set up, joined together, and ready to go once again. Female Stalkers warp in, and Mana moving out in towards the center. We're just going to be seeing Lings and Roaches and Ravagers coming into the middle once again. Another Corrosive Bile comes down, a couple of changelings getting picked off there. And again, just going to be seeing these units coming through the top side, ready to attack once more. A couple of units going down. Spire is on the way up. 5 more Stalkers being warped in, and again, +2 attack on the Forge does just finish here, as all of these units are going to be pulling back in towards this army. Again, a couple of Disruptors to kind of add on to this. Bly's still playing super low tech. I mean, Ravagers, Roaches, and Lings, it isn't the best of army compositions from him. I mean, not even Hydras to add on. However, Spire about to finish, and he's once again got a lot of gas in the bank, and it feels as though Mana, he was scouting just before the Spire, but he hasn't scouted since then. And of course, just after a scout of a Spire goes down, well, of course, now he has no idea that it's coming up. The one benefit he has Blink, he has Stalkers, and he's already moving kind of forwards on the map. He gets rid of a 4th base, and he then just recalls home to come and deal with this kind of army, which is counter-attacking. Obviously doesn't want to let too much be done here. There's a few probes already going down this Overseer as well. And again, just moving forwards. Mana going to do a pretty good job with this, as we see those Adepts doing a good job of pushing back a lot of those Zerglings as well. So they get pushed back over to the left side. As again, more units of Bly are going to be coming up, and they're going to be setting up towards this third base. +1 flyer attack, meters on the way too. A few Stargates coming in as Mana realizes he's probably going to have to deal with this here in the near future, so he's going to get ready to deal with. Or maybe he's just, I mean, surely he's not transitioning because there's no fleet beacon, right? So looks as though he is just realizing meters are on the map, and then he's got to have to deal with that, although so far hasn't even started up a Phoenix. Oh, because he doesn't even have a Stargate. I'm just so used to Protoss players opening the Stargate nowadays. Forgot that this was a Resonating Glaives opening, so actually doesn't have a Stargate from the get-go at all. So Mana just can't do anything about this right now. I mean, he can blink after the Mutas, of course. At the same time, Lings are running in over here, and they're having a pretty great time as well. Some Stalkers warped into the main. They will be able to push Bly's Mutalisks back. These Lings are now going to fight against this cannon. Well, the cannon will probably win out this fight, but it's still been a pretty good effort in the long run. Oh my god, so many of the Mutas went down, though. I mean, that's now, what, 10 meters remaining? And Bly trying to build a Lurker Den behind this here. We'll use the Mutas to buy time, but Mana building 3 Phoenix at a time. Well, he's going to have the answer to these Mutalisks very quickly, and then he's even going to have Phoenix to lift up Lurkers from the fight and unburrow them, which could go a long way as well. So again, Mutas poking around, seeing what else they can do. A big attack from Bly to the south side. Oh my god, well, the Disruptors get some huge connections to defend that initially. Roaches and Ravagers just disappear. Mana is looking so good at the moment here in game number 2 to tie the series up perhaps. Again, just more of these units gathering to the south. Roaches and Ravagers with the Zerglings as well in the center. Still so many Mullers from Bly, but that's the thing. Bly is a player who will just mass meters, and of course, if he's just going to do that, that's why having 3 Stargates is always going to be beneficial, and that's why just going all out on the defense against the meters is going to be worthwhile, because Bly will just not stop making these meterlists throughout the game. It's just not something he does. We see +2 fly attacks on the way up, 7 meters on the way out, and a couple of carriers also coming in as well. So Mana making that later game transition now straight in towards the carriers here, and seeing what he can do with that then. Just going to be seeing these Phoenix getting pushed back by the meters. Actually, is going to see the meters still trying to push on forwards, do a little bit more perhaps still. Just going to be seeing these meters actually getting rid of a lot of the Phoenix right now, and even fighting these Stalkers and kind of winning the fight. Some Roaches and Ravagers on the ground. We're going to see meters coming back in. We are going to be having them picking their way through a few of those Phoenix. Again, a few more Stalkers still fighting away, and 12 more meters on the way out. Now, Anion Pulse Crystals is about to finish up, and that upgrade is going to give him the extra range on the Phoenix, which could go a long way, but an unpowered Stargate means that now there's not going to be too much else. Targeting the Fleet Beacon, I'm not even sure if that's a great decision or not. I mean, will he get much out of it? I mean, he slows down carrier production. If he feels as though that's a major issue, then I guess he will. As Bly continues to just roll on in, and actually look at this, just killing off so many workers. 33 workers killed as the Stalkers will blink down to the low ground to try and deal a little bit more damage. More Lings continue to come on through. Continue to fight against this here. You're going to see more Stalkers blinking down to the side, and just going to be seeing them continue to fight against this. Bly, he's definitely not won the game just yet, but he's done a lot of damage to bring him back into it. He's now up 20 workers, and he's still making more meters. That's the one thing I am concerned about here, is they're not just the point where those meters are not going to be able to do enough anymore. He loses another few as he flies back through this army. That's going to hurt. So that's really cool, by the way. Just looking around, there's like a frozen Nidus network over here and a frozen hatchery. It's really sick. It's just a frozen up Zerg base. Some spawning pools and stuff. Oh, that's really cool. Is that a Nexus? That's another hatchery. Sorry, of course it is. So a hive. It's pretty sick, man. As you can see, a Phoenix comes through and gets picked off right away. One of my favorite things to do on these new maps is sometimes just look around to see what is hidden in the corners, etc. As you are going to see the meters getting a little bit more damage done, and really the Stalkers on their own just aren't cutting it. They don't have the numbers to really survive this at all. As the meters going to pull back in towards the main base once again, and well, again empowering those couple Stargates. Phoenix are no longer on the way out. And this back and forth will just continue as now some probes are going to get targeted down as well. 18, 19 workers fallen here so far. And now he's going to jump on top of these Archons too, so he's going to start targeting those very quickly. And those Archons are just going to get picked off right away. And as you see the meters making their leave, but I mean a single carrier up is not really against a couple of carriers up. Okay, I just don't even think that's enough. 2 carriers picked off those Archons even. I mean, you can just see how deadly those meters are with the +2 flyer attack upgrade. It's scary. I mean, they fly in here once again. And it's going to be GG as Bly is going to take game number 2 of this series. Alright guys, so that wraps us up on that game 2. We're going to take a quick break, come back with one final map here in just a few moments.
Every time he hits the blunt, is one fully man. So cool and so shiny, goes under the sun. He's nice and chill, but he looks kinda nasty. It's the soldier on acid. Every time he hits the blunt, is one fully man. So cool and so shiny, goes under the sun. He's nice and chill, but he looks kinda nasty. It's the
soldier on acid.
Every time he hits the block, it's 140 man. So cool and so shiny, it goes under the sun. He's nice and chill, but he looks kinda nasty.
It's a soldier on acid.
It's fucking. Soldier on acid.
Every time he hits the block, it's 140 man. So cool and so shiny, it goes under the sun. He's nice and chill, but he looks kinda nasty.
It's a soldier on acid.
Welcome back, guys. It's time for our final game of the day. It's 16-bit, the map by the music. And we're going to be going into this right now to the bottom left-hand side. Unfortunately, this game really doesn't mean anything at all for Mana. He is the Blue Protoss bottom left from Team Liquid. But it does mean something for Bly. If he wins this map, he will finish this group in first place. He's the red Zerg to the top right. Can he finish above Bjorn? The last-minute replacement coming in to defeat everyone. What a group this is as well. Like, if you told me that Bly was going to play in this group and would win it, I wouldn't have believed you, because, I mean, Bjorn, Hero, Mana, they're all strong players, but Bly? Well, I mean, it's kind of crazy indeed. Again, what's up everyone in the chat? One last chance for me to just quickly sell out here today. If you do enjoy the stream, make sure you hit that follow button to see when we go live again in the future. If you're really enjoying the channel, of course, make sure you do subscribe. Helps me to continue producing full-time StarCraft 2 content. You can also support the channel in other ways as well, which I'm sure you guys know about. And just keep all of that in mind. If you do enjoy the content and want to see more of it going into the future, it's the best ways to allow it to keep on happening, as we do. Going to 16-bit though, this Team Liquid Map Contest Tournament number 2 by Waddy TV, sponsored by Blizzard. To the top right is Blind. He's going triple hatch before pool, so some greed here to start off on 16-bit, as Mana will come across the map with this probe to see just what he can get up to in the next couple of moments. I also love this map in terms of its aesthetics. I think it's one of the cooler ones as well, alongside Blue Shift and Digital Frontier, which I love. I think this one really is pretty beautiful. I really love like the red, the floating like jelly cubes is what people were calling them yesterday. It's pretty sick, as we're going to be seeing a Stargate opening here from Mana in our final game of the day. It's been a pretty fast group today. No messing around. We've been seeing a lot of kind of faster games, some all-ins mixed in there as we went on through. Intrigued to see what happens in this game number 3 right now, as we set up in towards this. Stargate is about to finish up, and Mana will be able to start jumping on towards this Overlord in the next couple of moments. Start to deal some damage. So Voidray is going to be popping out, and is going to be targeting down that Overlord in a moment or two here. A couple of drones going down across the map as this first Adept has arrived and is already dealing some damage. What's up, the Music 7? Mapmaker himself in the chat with the Cheer 16. Thank you very much for the bits. Do appreciate. Thank you very much for the support. As we are just going to be seeing Link speed coming through. Let's have a look around the map. Is there any extra cool doodads here? I mean, it's kind of hard, right? Because everything's kind of floaty. I love the swap between like blue and red, like halfway through, though, like on the kind of the line of symmetry. It's really neat. And naturally, Bly, the red player, spawned in the top right, the red side. Mana spawned on the blue side. I really just love the cubers, man. They're pretty nifty. You guys think? I don't know, I think this map, for me, when I look at a map, I mean, everyone has their tastes, right? And everyone has their opinions on what looks good and what doesn't. But for me, I really like the kind of the futuristic maps with like clean, simple. I like it when it's clean, it's simple. You know, I like this sort of tile set. I like tile sets that aren't too busy. I don't really like foresty tile sets too much because I feel as though the grass is just kind of a bit dull and busy and yeah. But yeah, I love this sort of tile set. I think it's really pretty. Maybe actually, I think this map contest might be the first one in a long time. Well, not the first one, that's the wrong phrase, but it really does have a lot of maps which just straight up look awesome. Maybe more so than maps have done in previous contests, I even feel, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Anyways, Oracle comes in, just throws down a Revelation for now, no further harassment, as we are just going to be seeing a few more extractors on the way up. So actually, Bly going up into all 6 gases already, with a Hydralus Den on the way. What on earth could his plan be here, as we get this going? That's going to be seeing the Stargate on the way up here. A second Stargate from Mana, actually. Now, something we saw from Mana the other day was I was casting with Rifkin, of course, in the BTSL. When I was casting Mana the other day against Snoot and so on, and he also played against Sort of. He actually went for this this kind of Oracle-based play, which we haven't really seen for a while since the patch that kind of messed the Oracles up a little bit. So intrigued to see what exactly the choice is of the second Stargate this time. He's going to Robobay 2, so it is a pretty weird combo to get started. As you see, the double Oracle combo in the natural is already getting 7 workers. Has to leave because of taking too much damage, but 7 workers still nothing to laugh about. It's a serious deficit that Bly is going to have now on his natural mineral line. Just going to see that Void Ray working its way through the hatchery, as we are just going to be seeing a little bit of pressure here to try and slow down that hatch. Bly also expands to the south as well, though. I'm just going to see a Queen and a Hydralus coming forwards in that Oracle. Those 2 Oracles going to be taking a little bit more damage here, as you see continue to push forwards. Again, this set of units of Bly going to be able to turn that away, and he's going to be able to protect the hatchery too. It's a good job so far. And again, just going to be waiting to see Spire about to finish. It was a fast layout. I mean, we saw so many gases being taken, but he went into the Hydra Den initially and he is building Hydras, but again, that Spire coming up, the potential to switch out now is going to be there. As you see, 2 Void Rays being made at a time. So he's actually Mana kind of going mass Void Ray, as well as also going in towards, you know, Colossus too. So kind of Void Ray Colossus was a style that became popular for a very short amount of time, but didn't really stick. So interested to see what Mana can maybe get done with it here this time. There's extra gates coming in on the natural expansion, and we are going to be seeing what's going on. Is there a difference in the animation of the creep tumors when they're ready to be spread? No, it's just a timer-based thing, right? I mean, it just looks like this. I guess you can maybe tell by how far out the creep is, but no, there isn't a actual difference. This creep tumor is not going to become any different in a second. It just looks exactly the same. So Void Ray Colossus coming through here. We see +1 fire weapons on the way up as well. And this is pretty interesting to see the Twilight Council coming through too. Groove Spine's on the way up. Muscular Organs was prioritized here by Bly initially. I mean, with Spire already in play though, he's got the potential to build... Well, I guess that's the issue, right? Do you build Corruptors? Because building Corruptors just melts to Void Rays. It's actually very difficult to know here, really. As you can see, these Hydras continue to come through the center of the map. They are just not quite able to pick off that Oracle here. They're going to be able to, just not quite get that Oracle at all in the end. As you're going to see again, Void Rays, a couple of Colossi gathering together. Bly just going to take a little bit of damage. As Bly has a look at Den's halfway done, and he probably wants to wait out for that before he actually starts to really be aggressive here. As we do just again set up and wait to see what happens next. All of these Hydras moving down the right hand side, and we're just going to be seeing the Infestation Pit. It's going to be complete in just a few moments as well, so that is not far away, as Groove Spines is also finishing now in the top side. So again, has those upgrades ready to go, has the range on the Hydras, so he is going to get aggressive now, attacking this 4th base. Mana, it's just going to have 2 Colossi and Void Rays, right? I mean, this is not an army which should kill a couple of Colossi and Void Rays. And okay, Hydras against Void Rays might not be a bad comp, but obviously the Colossus just do so much damage onto Hydras with the bonus against light, and It's just so difficult to imagine that Black can push through this. Now, with Lurk has been introduced, that definitely changes things. He's also adding on some Infestors to his composition, so continue to get set up into that. Those Infestors currently on their way out. And there's going to be seen a few Hydras pulling back. The rest of these units from Blind moving out into the middle. Hive is continuing to come on up. You see a couple of these Zots getting taken down here once again, and just going to be seeing Fleet Beacon continue to come on through. Also, is going to be seeing these couple Colossus continue to move on forward. Some Void Rays up in the sky as well. A few more High Templar continue to come on in, and just more of these probes continuing to fall. Void Rays coming forwards and continue to push those Hydras back. As again, Colossi, High Templar, see what he can do, but he just doesn't have, I mean, he doesn't have Storm yet, right? So has to morph into Archons. It's going to be okay, though. Those Hydras are still not going to be able to do enough on their own. But those Hydras are back on the right-hand side. The third base under harassment once again, taking more damage once more. There's going to be seeing a couple of Vipers on the way from Bly as a way to try and deal with this here at the moment, as Man has been defending very well so far. The Vipers, maybe they can abduct the couple Colossus and then maybe give the Hydras the chance to advance on towards the rest of the army. Just needs something though. I mean, also even just parasitic bomb onto the Void Rays could help a lot too. So definitely possibilities, definitely different ways to perhaps approach this here in the near future. It's going to be seen Hydras and Infestors coming back up in towards the natural, and again 5 bases set up right now from Bly. He's going into those Corruptors, he's got his Hive up obviously, so he's going Broodlords, his Adrenal Glands, all of the tech that he needs here in this, as we're going to be seeing these Hydras and Infestors continue to move around. I'm looking to see if they can find themselves a fight worth coming into. Never used the Lurker Den actually. It's just going to be seeing the larger army now of Bly maxed out, moving across. And again, Mana now starting to switch up into Tempest, preparation for Broodlords perhaps, as we see some Lings going to run by into the natural and main. It's going to go into a couple of different directions. We're just going to see those Lings moving through and just going to start picking their way through a few of these probes, and it's going to be seen, well, main army over this right hand side again. Here come the Abduct, surely. He actually just goes for a single Blinding Cloud on a Colossus. Corruptors are picking them off as well. Now he's going to come back in. He didn't actually land any feedbacks here at all. Hydras take so much damage here though, and Bly loses out on so much, but he's going to be able to well, start rebuilding pretty quickly. At least that is the one benefit. Those Corruptors though are actually going to die to this couple of Void Rays. I'm not sure why he turns away. He's absolutely killing it against these, and those Voids do back off now. Bly shut down with this fight. I mean, it was the correct composition for Mana, right? I mean, you had Colossi against the Hydras. The Vipers didn't really, I don't know what the Vipers were looking for. I really feel you pull those Colossi in faster, they go down, and then the Hydras begin to overwhelm. But a parasitic bomb on one of the Colossus? That was weird. I mean, okay, the Corruptors are going to get rid of the Colossi too, but the faster you get rid of them, the less damage they do, and the less chance you have of losing too many Hydras to then be able to push on in with. 13 minutes in, and we're going to see another set of Zerglings coming down to the bottom right hand side of the map to try and attack once again. They're going to come all the way down in this direction. They're going to find themselves a Nexus which doesn't really have any protection at all, so Nexus is being attacked. As that Nexus is attacked, the Lings do get the kill and they back away, so a good job so far is just going to be seeing Mana is now still on the supply lead. Bly has money to spend, just isn't currently spending it. Has some lava here and there, currently just mass expanding around the entirety of the map. Big Ultra's Cavern coming through as well, and as he looks to maybe switch up his tech choices as he continues on through this. Zealots charge in to grab themselves another few Hydralisks, and again another few Hydras going to continue going down here in the next few moments, as we're going to be seeing the Zealots still being picked away at. Colossi, Void Rays, Stalkers all picking their way through a whole bunch of those Lings now, as extra hatcheries continuing to fight on through. Ultra Cavern is going to finish in a moment or so. 2 more Tempests on the way out. And just getting ready to continue on. Kindness playing 14 more Corruptors. Oh man, I mean, he did start building Tempests a while ago, and they continue to build on up, so we'll see how much of a addition they can really turn out to be here. You can see Zell's going to run in over on this side and already continuing to try and just deny bases here at the moment. Slow down wherever possible, whenever possible. As a hatchery going to be taking quite a bit of damage, and more Zell's towards the upper left. We're going to see what might happen as well. As we're going to see, it's going to be a cleanup here, but again, it's just keeping Bly running around. It's going to keep him away from trouble for the next couple of moments. He actually does lose the hatchery, so in the end, pretty effective here by Mana. And yes, some more Zealots up to the top side, looking to do a similar thing, just deny those extra bases. I mean, this is a huge map, by the way, 16-bit. It does come in on the macro category. Not only does it have that in-base expander to help you macro early, but the first 5 bases, honestly, are pretty easy to hold. It's the base that Bly's trying to take right now that become a lot more difficult to hold on to, and that's why he is having some maybe difficulty against this. As you see, the Tempest managing to grab one shot onto the Viper, but it doesn't get a kill. If there's many Corruptors, I mean, extra Void Rays might just be a way to continue on in this. As you're going to be seeing those Corruptors coming all the way around to the left-hand side once again. You can use the Vipers to abduct in one single unit, while then obviously kiting away with the Corruptors. And that's the thing as well, though. If Prismatic Alignment drops down, I guess, you're in that kind of weird, tough position as he picks over the actual Viper there. That's nice with the Stalkers. But you're in that weird position where it's I completely forgot what point I was about to make. But Prismatic Alignment comes down on the Void Rays to give the bonus damage. It's they could move very slowly, right? So the Corruptors can just kite away, so it makes it kind of difficult to actually deal with these Corruptors, I guess. Anyways, we're going to see melee upgrades coming through. Obviously, the switch into Ultras is a possibility still. +1 flat carry, +2 continue to build up just a buffer for his Corruptors in the sky. Mana has +3 air weapons on the way through. He's got that Observer speed as well. The Gravitic boost is not an upgrade you see every day, but obviously, late game like this, you may as well invest into it. And we're going to see the first Tempest coming down, and Abduct does see the Colossus going down instantly, more or less. But Mana being across the map here, he's going to start forcing the issue. Already going to pick up this hatchery over on this right-hand side. So that is going to go down, as we're going to be seeing another yoink on that Tempest, and it's going to go down pretty quickly. The Storms are very good, and Mana so far has had a great engagement in this. It doesn't look as though he's too interested in continuing to fight, although with those Corruptors so low on health, I feel as though he should be diving in there, you know, force a fight while the Corruptors, you know, before the Corruptors get to heal. He's done a lot of damage here. Can he capitalize on it? Well, I mean, while a lot of Stalkers going up the top side, they're going to look to be doing the job that the Zards were doing previously now. Coming all the way up top and seeing if they can pick off a base or so as he blinks into the center to avoid that links around. Meanwhile, Bly's actually chasing forwards to look for a little bit of something. The Void Rays are going to be taught to fight these Corruptors. And we're going to see another couple of Tempests firing away there. Carriers as a switch up now as well. Mana continue to expand on his air army, continue to just build up into different sets of units here. I mean, obviously Carriers are the ideal sort of late game situation, as we are going to be seeing those units gathering up, and Mana going to be coming up towards the top side once again now. Pushing on up here, as we're going to be seeing a couple of these creep teamers going down. And oh my god, those Arc guys, drones being chased away. 10 of them going down instantly as they were stacked up. And Mana just moving around and still denying bases, stopping Bly from really getting more economy than Mana would be able to deal with. So Mana doing a great job of this, using his army on the map, being very confident with it. We're going to see a fight starting up though, and the Corruptors do melt to a couple of Storms right away. Another Storm or two coming down on the Hydras, and as those Hydras disappear, that's an issue. The Ultra unable to break through the Spine Crawlers. We're going to see Mana though backing away, but definitely coming out as the winner of that fight. Out of Storms, however, it's going to be difficult for him to continue fighting this here, to the point where he's even just going to recall out just to save as much as he can. So he recalls on out. But that was a good fight from our Protoss player, fight which puts Mana really and truly into a fantastic position at this stage. As we're going to be seeing Zards charging in, and they're going to start targeting down that hatchery. They get that kill nice and easily, so that hatchery does fall. And again, just keeping Bly on currently only 4 bases. I mean, a 5th base up here as well, but Mana knows about it. I'd be very surprised if this survived, you know, past the 20-minute marker even, honestly. Going to be seeing a bunch of workers picked off there already, as Mana himself struggling to hold some more of these bases, but he is able to hold this bottom side base, a base which Bly was not able to hold up on the top. As we are just going to be seeing that, again, that hatchery coming on in, getting set up. 5 carriers currently being built at a time. I'm just going to be seeing Ultras and Hydras continue to come on forwards here. Nexus goes down, Pylon goes down. Just going to be seeing these Ultras still taking a little bit more damage here and there. Again, Carrier's getting to work, and Ultra's taking so much damage as we do see the little bit of a run by over here. If this Ultra is still picking away at a whole bunch more of those probes. It's going to be seen again. A few more High Templar getting set up, and we are going to be seeing Zealots to the top left. I mean, there you go. It's going to survive just past the 20-minute marker, but really not much beyond there. And the Zealots are going to be able to pick that off. And again, man, just keeping Bly on very limited bases. He can't mine from the third base, natural, or the main, really. I mean, a few minerals left, but he's going to be very starved for gas as well. I mean, even this base has to not really have too much gas left on it, about, what, 500? So Bly needs these bases, otherwise he's in way too much trouble to continue playing this out. As we're going to be seeing this army comes up to here once more, and it's going to be another hatchery taken down. No cancel, just a straight up kill, and honestly, Bly is running out of minerals to even replace hatcheries if he isn't getting his money coming back. It's going to be seen again, these Archons, and units just continue to move in towards the middle. Just going to see again, these Ultras going to start getting ready to go once more. A couple of feedbacks coming through. We are going to see Corruptors running in as well. Parasitic bombs drop down. Ah, there's no way. Bly's going to lose this army, and this is going to stop him from taking first place in the group. Man, are going to take a map here against Bly, as you do see the Interceptors still flying around, picking off whatever they can, wherever they can. And it looks as though we are pretty much going to be done here. I mean, Neuroparasite on the way, that's not going to save the day. So many carriers coming in the end, Mana with a slow, steady tech up in towards the Sky Toss. Slowly going from Void Rays to Tempest to carriers. And now his army is really just so difficult to deal with. I mean, a Fungal Growth is really not going to do enough, as we see. I mean, some Interceptors being caught here and there, but it's not going to be enough to really save the day. I mean, a recall back home is just going to allow Mana to reproduce, gather units together. But Bly's not going to stick it out. He's still losing bases up top, and that's going to be GG. Mana takes it. Game number 3, but unfortunately, he is not going to be able to come back in the series, and so that will be that for now. GG's, and that does wrap up our games here today. What's up, David Kimsbuki, who donated $45 and says, Wardy, can you say, Jordan, enjoy NBA All-Star Weekend, please gamble responsibly. Thanks. Thank you so much for the $45. Get some Wardy hearts in the chat, please, for the $45 donation. And, yeah, thank you very much. Maybe I should have said that more enthusiastically. Jordan, enjoy NBA All-Star Weekend and gamble responsibly. Thank you so much for the $45. Get some love in the chat. Very generous today, guys. Bunch of new subs, despite the sub counter currently still nosediving. Pretty hard. A bunch of new subs. We also had 47ers with the cheer 10,000 at the start of the stream. And also the $45 towards the end here as well. Thank you so much for all of the love today, guys. That does wrap us up for today's matches. However, if you did miss any of them, our rebroadcast or our rerun will be starting up in about 15 minutes time. We're going to run a set of outro ads before we do host someone up, and then we'll again have that rerun starting in about 15 minutes. So if you did miss any of today's matches, it will be replaying just as if it was a live stream, so you can come and watch them once again. We'll also be rerunning yesterday's group and also Group A, so do stick around for that if you want to watch any of it. As always, check out our social media, which is seen along the bottom of the screen. And you can follow me personally on Twitter, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat on WardyXO, if that sounds interesting to you. And, yeah. With that said, I think we're wrapped up for the day. I don't have much more to say. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for being a part of the stream today. Really do appreciate it. So, we'll see you guys next time. We're back tomorrow with Innovation, Solar, Snoot, and Puck in one hell of a Group D. That's going to be coming up tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Hopefully you guys are as well. It should be really, really awesome tomorrow for Group D of the competition. So again, thank you for tuning in today. Great viewership today, by the way. Great to see you guys. Sorry, of course, that Scarlet couldn't play for whatever reasons. As we're pretty much wrapped up. Guys, thank you so much. Again, do appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for all the support. 47ers and David Kim's Bookies at the end as well for the big donations. All our new subs, welcome. And again, thank you very much, guys. Have a great one. I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Ciao, ciao. Just before we go, Wumbo Time comes in with the cheer 200. Thank you so much, Wumbo Time.